long shadow on the nation.
In the committee's top Republican, John Katko.
It was a major breakdown in information sharing and preparedness.
House Republican leaders are urging a no vote. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy calls the panel duplicative and short-sighted in scope for failing to examine other forms of political violence. On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Former President Trump in a statement says Republicans should immediately shut down debate over that January 6th commission, calling it a trap set by Democrats. His family business, the Trump Organization, is now under criminal investigation by the New York State Attorney General's office. This had just been a civil investigation, meaning there could be lawsuits or fines. Now there could be arrests. The Trump Organization is already being investigated criminally by prosecutors in Manhattan. 3 deputies involved in a fatal shooting last month will be put back on the job and retrained.
Now that it's decided no deputies in Pasquotank County, North Carolina will be prosecuted for the shooting of Andrew Brown Jr., the man's family is demanding that body-worn camera videos be released to the public. The prosecutor says he is open to that.
I see no problem at this point with them releasing any law enforcement involvement with Mr. Brown.
District Attorney Andrew Womble says deputies won't be charged because they reasonably feared for their lives as Brown, a known violent drug criminal, tried to hit them with a car.
Fox's Evan Brown. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Wednesday morning, off to a quiet start on the roads. We are keeping an eye on a structure fire, though, on Alico Road, just about 2 miles north of the intersection of Alico and Corkscrew. So watch out for some activity, but it is pretty remote out there. So unless you typically head through that area, it should be out of your way this morning, and the road is still passable. Clear along I-75 and US 41 and crash-free out across the area. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. You'll notice it's a little more humid as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures into the 70s. We'll warm to near 91 degrees this afternoon and bringing in a few showers and thunderstorms even by the second half of the afternoon. Those will generally be moving from the east toward the west, nearing I-75, closer to the 3 o'clock hour. Otherwise, the wind still stays up today, if not higher than yesterday. Sustained wind into the 20s, gusts into the 30s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Your home is more important now than ever before. So when your air conditioner needs maintenance, repair, or replacing, Conditioned Air wants to be your first and only call. The Florida weather can be challenging. When you have a cooling issue, our team is here to resolve it quickly and efficiently. You can be assured of honesty, respect, and our desire to exceed your expectations every single time, and we've been doing that since 1962. Conditioned Air, 1-888-COLD-AIR, or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
You probably know Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the Donkey, and she went. Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7. License number CCC 1326213.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment. We've got you covered.
Looking to hire? Indeed will help you speed up the process. They have 135 skill sets to help you find the right candidates faster. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. Thank you so much. We are humbled that you would start your day with this very program. Thank you so much. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's if you would like to watch. Also, we're at Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. We're there because a lot of people like to use it. So what am I going to do? People want to watch? There you go. All right. So you have that opportunity. All right. Jake and friends, they're on the other side of the glass, feeling pretty good. You guys are all chuckling. You both look like you're having some fun over there.
Well, I just look over and I see conveniently placed. We have Ian's UFO files.
Are you serious? Ian has a whole UFO file thing going on? Oh, you got to be kidding. What does it say? It says Ian's UFO files.
It said vacation request, and he barely scribbled it out.
So he scribbled it out. So there's a folder in the studio. See, this is what we do. We peel back the layers here. You get to see behind the scenes and everything that's going on. If you're watching at DrewSteele.com, here, I can even put the camera on you. Do you want to do that? Why don't you show everybody so they can see? There it is. There's Jake holding up a folder that used to say vacation request sheets, and now it says Ian's UFO files. And it's not filled, but it's getting, all right, it's filled with some UFO files there. You can see Jake doing that whole thing. Very nice. Hey, listen, it's getting crazy in here with the whole UFO thing. Listen, I've already settled it. The science is settled. It's very simple. The UFO thing is simple. We're going to move on from that, and I'm just going to leave this here. Okay? But before I leave the settled science of UFOs, let me just remind everybody, get your tickets now. 92.5 Fox News presents the Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum. Hopefully you've heard about this at the Hilton Naples, Friday, June 18th. Get your tickets now to see Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan. Both together will be here in Southwest Florida, and it's going to be a great night. We are so looking forward to bringing them here to Southwest Florida. And there's VIP, there's dinner, there's a Q&A afterwards, taking your questions with Dr. Gorka. I have no idea what that's going to be like, but you can only imagine. It's going to be a lot of fun. What a great evening. You can get your tickets now by going to 925foxnews.com, so you can go to the website. You can text the word Liberty to 239-479-5592 anytime, and the ticket information will be right there at your fingertips. But don't miss it. It's going to be a great night in Naples at the Hilton Naples. Dinner, Q&A, and more. The Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum with Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan, both in town. So you'll get a little bit of the obviously what's happening globally, Dr. Gorka's thoughts on what's happening in the country. And there's obviously a lot of things to talk about with the Biden administration. So a lot of interesting information there. And then Trish Regan, of course, an award-winning financial journalist, and the Trish Regan Show, and you know all about how she goes after it when it comes to the financial side of things. So a great evening. So be a part of it, okay? Go to 925foxnews.com. Get your tickets now. All right, the UFO thing is settled. I think it's just very simple. Again, if we had to go through this, and I'm telling you, if you've got some kind of stealth flight technology, if you have some kind of technology that has to do with planes or anything else, the only way you're going to be able to do it is you fly it. And the whole thing is you're testing pilots to see that they can that they can find the UFOs and what they would do if they witness one. You're testing the capacity of GPS and all kinds of different things. And it seems to me that it would be obvious that, okay, why couldn't it be? Why couldn't it be either or? Okay, it could be Jake and aliens, and there they are, and they've got a bunch of different fingers. Maybe they don't even have fingers. I don't even know what they use. They got a big giant head, no ears, fingers, one eye in the middle of their head, or one eye on the top, and maybe one eye on their chin because they want to be able to eat, and they don't have to look down. It's like in the chin, so they don't have to. I don't know what the aliens look like. And then it could be that they've just been hanging around and observing us because it's fun. It's like a game for them because they got nothing else to do. Or it could be this government that is testing technology that they've been working on for a very, very long time, and they don't tell anybody, and they keep it super secret. The government doesn't keep things super secret. Really? You don't think that's the case? And so pilots see this UFO flying around, and it's like, good, all right, the pilot can identify it. Our technology that we have right now can identify this flying object, so that's a good thing. And then we stealth it away, and then all of a sudden it's gone, and they're like, hey, the speeds, they recognize all of this. The pilot doesn't know. People in the Pentagon don't know. People in the military don't know. They're out of the loop because they want to see the reaction. They want to make sure that that this is part of what this gathering of information and this new technology is. Does that make sense? That's it. Stick it in Ian's file. Just put if he's listening right now, Ian Hicken, producer extraordinaire for Trey's show in the evening time. Stick that in your folder.
He'd probably remove it.
Okay. Let's stick this in your folder and read it, as opposed to whatever. Joe Biden's a hot mess. The Biden administration is a hot mess, and in more ways than one. Did Joe Biden? This is a rhetorical question, but you already know the answer. Get ready for this, everybody. Joe Biden canceled the Keystone XL pipeline. Joe Biden and the administration, who it appears as if this ransomware attack, this cyber hack, the concerns that many people have about this, and the fact that ransom being paid, the administration's like, hey, listen, business doing business, what are you going to do? And maybe it's Russia, maybe it's not, maybe, whatever, hey, whatevs. Did the Biden administration give the go-ahead to take away, specifically take away the ability of Vladimir Putin and the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, the sanctions on the company? Did Biden waive those? In other words, allowing Putin and Russia to have the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, but we can't have one here in the Keystone X. Did that happen? Just wait. You'll hear all about this because it's all going to come around. All right, so Joe Biden's a hot mess, and how do I know? Because it's not many presidents who can say, hey, can you do me a favor? Stand in front of this truck while I get ready to hit you with it. No, literally, yesterday in Michigan, there he is. He's testing the new Lightning, the F-150 electric truck, because everybody has been clamoring for an F-150 electric vehicle. Are they? Maybe they are. And so there's Joe Biden sitting in the truck, because nothing says I can't get more excited about being on the road than a close to octogenarian 80-year-old getting behind the wheel of an electric vehicle that is as large as an F-150 in the condition that Joe Biden's in, and being on the road with Joe Biden. Nothing to see here. Everything is safe. Joe Biden to somebody who's saying, listen, before you take off on this truck, can I ask a question?
Okay, I'm just going to step on it. I'll come off at 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, what he's going to do is he's on, I guess he's on, what is it, a test track? I mean, they'd have to put him on a test track, although there are people that are right next to him. So nothing to be worried about. Joe Biden in the condition that he's in,
We choose truth over facts.
Let's get that guy behind an electric vehicle that's ready to go 0 to 80 in like 3 seconds. And he's like, listen, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to hit the gas on this thing. Well, what do I call this thing? If it's not hitting the gas, what is it? I'm going to hit the electric. I'm going to hit the plug, and off I go at 80 miles an hour. And listen to the reporter, what they say. Listen to this.
Okay, I'm just going to step on it. I'll come off at 80 miles an hour. You'll see what it is, okay? ready?
Mr. President, can I ask you a quick question on Israel before you drive away?
No, you
since it's
can't.
so important?
Not unless you get in front of the car as I step on it. I'm only teasing.
I'm only. So there's Joe Biden who's saying, Mr. President, can I ask you a question about Israel before you take off at 80 miles an hour in this very large vehicle? No, only if you stand in front of it when I hit it at 80 miles an hour. I'm just kidding. And everybody's like, that's hysterical. Joe Biden, the soon-to-be 80, I don't even know how old he is, 147 years old, and in the condition that Joe Biden's in, and
all men and women created by you know the thing.
Yeah, that guy's getting ready to hit the gas, and hey, why don't you stand in front of the truck? I'll hit you with the truck before you ask. If you're going to ask me a question about that, why don't you stand in? If any other president were to say that, well, all right, let me rephrase that. Hey, if Donald Trump as president of the United States were to say that to a reporter, how do you think that would go? Yeah. So anyway, there's Joe Biden. And of course, the press is giddy as he hits the gas and or the plug, the pedal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. No problem. Listen, he's like, go ahead and stand in front of the truck. And while I hit you with the truck. He's like, I'm just playing. And listen to her.
See it, sir.
Okay, sir. Go ahead. No problem. Go ahead. Hit the gas.
See it, sir.
Yeah. Let's take pictures. Okay. And here he goes. Oh! Is anybody else worried about Joe Biden being behind the wheel of not only an F-150, but an electric F-150? Is anybody worried about that? As Joe's sitting there saying, I can't get the fuel in. Why does the gas keep spilling on the ground? I don't know if that's true or not, but you know it is.
Bowl of doggy do.
So anyway, but no big deal. It's not like Joe's making any gaffes as he's at this event in Detroit, Michigan. Oh, yes, he did. Should I wait for some of the gas? Do you want to wait for a little while? Because I have to get to this story. It's an important part of it because it takes us back to the oil and the electric and the F-150 and everything else. But there were a couple of gaffes, actually lies, flat out lies that we're going to play and get to that coming up yesterday. You know, in 2004, he admitted that he was lying about his family being coal miners there in Pennsylvania, in Scranton. And then yesterday, he did it again. After telling people, jokingly, that he does it. And he probably would have been president if he... All right, I'll just play it. So here's Joe Biden.
My dad used to say, Joey, and I swear to God, when he left Scranton, when coal died, my dad was he was a salesperson. He wasn't a coal miner. My great-grandpa was.
All right, the first thing is don't swear to God. Okay, just don't do that. That's the first thing. Man, when I hear people say that, it's, don't. Yeah, okay. Anyway, second thing is, there he is. Look, it wasn't, God love you. It wasn't my dad that was a coal miner. It was my grandpa. The problem is, in 2004, on Comedy Central, he told everybody out loud and in person that I lie all the time about the coal miners story. I wish I was kidding.
Hey, look, everybody tells you just, don't take any chances because the truth of the matter is I've gotten myself in trouble. And, hell, I might be president now if it weren't for the fact I said I had an uncle who was a coal miner. It turned out I didn't have anybody in the coal mines, you know what I mean?
Really?
I tried that crap, it didn't work.
Yay for lying people who are candidates to be president of the United States and maybe even vice president in the future. Yay for politicians that lie.
They bought it. You believe it?
And they bought it.
I actually believed it. I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I figured there had to be a coal miner somewhere in the family.
Nothing, huh?
Nothing. Coal, it was an engineer. I mean, the guy, we were Irish, and the Irish, I thought the Welsh and the English owned the deal. And we must have been
took a stab in the dark. You
thought
it was coming up.
Took a stab in the dark, and I found out he graduated from Lehigh. I mean, what can I say?
What can I say? It was all a big lie. It's not even true. And now in 2021, it's like we're bringing the coal mining family back. But that's Joe Biden. Because, again, does Joe Biden even know that he's in Michigan right now getting ready to drive an F-150? Somebody may have told him it was a Cadillac. Actually, they probably told him it was an Edsel. That's where he would get really... Hey, do you know what an Edsel is? If I say he's driving an Edsel, Jake the millennial, you know what an Edsel is?
No.
Why don't you look it up? Look up the history of an Edsel. You might be interested.
I will say it sounds like a clown car.
No, it's not a clown car. Look up the history of an Etzel. Anyway, the point is Joe Biden is a gaff, a gaffing machine. What'd you get down? But these gaffes cost us. They cost us credibility. We all know that there's an issue going on and somebody else has got to be in charge. And who would the people be that are in charge? And what is it that they're doing and willing to do to help others and destroy this country? And look, if you think that's hyperbolic, and if you're a Democrat listening, and how dare you, and all the other things that you say about me in the emails that you send, whatever, I get it. The fact of the matter is, you have a president who, in his administration, says, listen, paying ransom, people got to deal with it. I mean, you're going to have to shore up your systems, everybody, even though you're the one oil pipeline carries the most oil, the biggest pipeline that we have servicing the east coast of the United States, and the issues we could have if that pipeline were to go down. But listen, that's up to you to secure it. We got nothing to do with it. I mean, what are you going to do? But we're mad at Russia and Putin, and oh yeah, this Russia connection, it's there. And then, oh, by the way, before I get into office, hey, what do you say we shut down, or one of the first things I do in office, let's shut down that Keystone pipeline. Let's shut it all down in the businesses, and look, they'll go find another job. Hey, there's an electric truck that I hear. There's an Etzel. There's an electric Etzel that's driving around. So the president and the White House and the administration, they wouldn't do anything to help Putin and Russia with a pipeline, would they?
Breaking news. A bombshell.
You better believe they would. He's going to waive sanctions against the company and CEO in charge of building Russia's Nord Stream 2 pipeline to Germany, a move that is being widely criticized as a major strategic blunder. From the Daily Wire reporting on this, the State Department expected to send a report to Congress listing entities involved in construction of the pipeline that deserve sanctions and will only seek to sanction some Russian ships. That's it. Everything else, full speed ahead. No problem. There you go. So what they're calling it a great gift to Putin. I think that was Cruz, Senator Cruz, that was saying that. So there you go. We'll shut down the XL pipeline. We won't help when it comes to a pipeline that we're told Russia and Putin had something to do with regard to the ransomware and the hacking of the Colonial Pipeline. But then the same administration is like, hey, when it comes to you there, Vlad and friends, Vlad and Friends, is that a new show? Do they have a morning show there in Russia, Vlad and Friends? So they're going to waive sanctions on the company that's building the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, so they'll be able to do that. And boy, what a gift for them. And that'll certainly help them while not exactly helping us. I wonder where the teeth lie. You might say, hey, does this administration have any teeth when it comes to anything politically? When it comes to the issues that we have around the globe? And I would say Joe Biden. I'm not even sure if his teeth are real. That's not really. See, all of these jokes, these older, it's really unkind. Hey, did you learn about an Etzel? Did you read about the Etzel?
Yeah, it's
pretty
like
cool.
Old car.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet looking car, isn't it?
Kind of looks like a 64 Impala.
It's pretty cool. Look at the front and look at the back.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Pretty sweet, right? What happened to it? Poor Etzel.
But
you got to read the rest of the story, as they say.
Ripped off by the Impala, it looks like.
What is it?
Depending on which one came first.
Yeah, which came first, the chicken or the egg? You want to get into that? Hey, we might get into that in some detail today. By the way, there is some news on abortion. I know if you're someone who's uncomfortable with the discussion about abortion, don't be. Because it's going to be coming up more and more, the decision that is going to be made by the Supreme Court in the fall. Get ready, because the steps of the Supreme Court are going to be filled with people that are frothing at the mouth and all kinds of things flying in the air, and you know how that goes. With this decision, Fredo Cuomo, he's the non-killing of nursing home residents in New York City, Cuomo. He had a whole lot to say about that. And with regard to, what we're going to be doing next, and be on the lookout. He's putting out a bolo. Get ready, because abortion is going to be discussed. Well, we've got a lot to talk about with that. And it's okay. Don't be uncomfortable. You got to have the conversation about all things. And this is something that's important to discuss as well. So we're going to talk about that coming up at 7 o'clock. There's some things that are happening locally and nationally that we want to dig into. So that is all on the way and more coming up. Stay break 92.5 Fox News right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5FoxNews.com.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Because it's my vision, I take the most studied eye vitamin brand.
Because it's my vision, I take the eye vitamin brand backed by 20 years of research.
Because it's my vision, I take PreserVision. Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss in adults over 60. That's why the National Eye Institute did 20 years of clinical.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. It's the morning edition of my morning crew. By the way, there's some people. Hold on a second. I've got to fix some things because I noticed that for some reason, some of my screenshots are getting a little wackadoodled. So let me just fix. Okay, good. All right, so yeah. So here's the thing. Okay, I just came here to see the alien files. So somebody named Jackie, who's on Facebook, came here to see the alien. Hey, Jake, can you come here for a second because we got a couple of people that are the morning crew. By the way, let me know you're here, everybody. Morning crew, let me know you're here so I can say hi. Hey, somebody named Jackie came to our stream here to see Ian's alien files. Do you want to bring the file in here nice and close up so everybody can see it? All right, so that's coming in. All right, come on over here. Show everybody on camera. All right, so here you go, everybody. There it is. It's the alien. So see, he scribbled out vacation request sheets. Please do not. What does it say there? Please do not what? I don't know what it says. I don't care. But what? Throw out. Please do not throw out. And on the top, use if you dare. Use if you dare. And then on the top it says what? Show 'em. Right there it says Ian's UFO files. See? So there it is. The UFO files, they exist. We got them. That's it. The UFO files. All right. Travis loves the alien talk. Forget it, Travis. We're not doing alien talk all day. That's a different show. I mean, maybe every once in a while. I'm telling you, it's not aliens. It's us. Good morning. Good morning, Ann. Good to see you. Marcia, good morning. Love the cat with the mustache. Jessica, good morning. Where's Jessica? Oh, there she is. Good morning, fellas. Bet Biden still owns a Studebaker. Maybe. Wouldn't you like to have a Studebaker right now, though? Come on. I would. Bill, I see you. Good morning. And thanks for the text. Let's see. Florentina, good morning. Good morning. Uncle Joe is rewarding Russia. Yeah. Probably. Right, you like the song, right? It's the gaff machine. What you get there? What's that? I'm trying to think of the original song. I don't even know where I get that. Every time I hear a gaffing machine, for some reason that comes in my head, and I don't know why. Tiffany's in Naples. That's a great picture, by the way. Love that. Ed, good morning. Good to see you, Ed. Mimi, good morning, Mimi. I'm glad you're here. Jane is here. Good morning. My morning crew is waking up. All right. Brett. Good morning, Brett. Good to see you. Eric D. Good morning, Vietnam. Okay. JC. Good morning, JC. Good to see you as well. All right. What else do we have here going on? I'm trying to see some of the other... By the way, Jackie, you wanted to see the alien files. Are you satisfied now? You saw the files? So there's no music. I got it. Hey, can you pull the, the X-Files music? Like every time we mention aliens, that should be playing in the background, at least. I'll get it. Wait, what?
You said X-Files, but you did Twilight Zone. Which one do you want? Plenty of items in the
That wasn't what I just hummed. Wasn't Twilight Zone. That was X-Files. Dude, that is probably the best impersonation of the Twilight Zone. I'll figure it out. Or X-Files. Now you're confusing me. Stop talking. All right, I'm gonna turn that down. Yeah, it's Dancing Machine. All right, that's what I thought. All right, well, I didn't think that. All right, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. What? Still have a few tin foil hats. Stop with that. All right, I gotta go. So thanks for being here, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a major crash on 75, a rollover in the median right near the Colonial Boulevard exit on 75. So left lanes are shut down, both northbound and southbound. This is impacting traffic between Colonial and Daniels. If you have to head out that direction right now, this is going to be a major problem for roads in that general vicinity around the 75 corridor on Daniels and Colonial especially. And then there's another crash just east of 75 on Colonial at Solomon Boulevard. No word on any roadblock out there, but watch for some activity and delays right near the Forum Shops. Otherwise, the rest of the interstate clear through Collier County and in Charlotte County. 41 not seeing any problems. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. You'll notice it's a little more humid as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures into the 70s. We'll warm to near 91 degrees this afternoon and bringing in a few showers and thunderstorms even by the second half of the afternoon. Those will generally be moving from the east toward the west, nearing I-75, closer to the 3 o'clock hour. Otherwise, the wind still stays up today, if not higher than yesterday. Sustained wind into the 20s, gusts into the 30s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, everyone. This is Trish Regan. Join me and my good friend Seb Gorka for an evening discussion about the most important things that matter right now: freedom, truth, and liberty, all of which it seems the Biden administration doesn't really care about. We want to see you at this VIP dinner event that takes place Friday, June 18th at the Hilton Naples. Seb and I are going to wrap up the night answering all of your questions. Tickets are selling out fast, so please visit freedomtruthandliberty.com. freedomtruthandliberty.com for more information and to purchase your tickets today.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip for the day. When you call us at 239-482-1542, what you'll get is a warm reception. We'll send out a real NATE-certified expert mechanic who will treat you and your time with respect. Our team will help to inform you of the situation and correct any issues that we find. Our goal is to make sure your experience with our team is a pleasant one, and we work very hard every day to meet that goal. Kobe is who we are, and cooling is what we do. But we also know we're nothing without you. Thank you, Southwest Florida, for almost 70 years of trust in our family. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, serving local Southwest Florida families for almost 70 years.
Every day in business is a big day. At Comcast Business, we'll keep you ready for what's next with the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
It's really a good feeling to know that when it comes to your house and all the water that is in every faucet, every place in your home, that you don't have to worry about the water smelling like chlorine or messing up your shower glass, your faucets, right, with that hard water staining, the drying out of your skin and your hair. Just imagine what that would be like. You don't have to imagine it. You can just do it. You call the Uniform Pentair water specialist. They can find out what's going on with your water and handle your city or well water issues. Yours, right here in Southwest Florida. With their mobile showroom, you can see for yourself that Pentair has both high-performance salt systems and salt-free solutions too. And salt-free means no lugging in bags of salt for you, and that they can install that Pentair water system for you as well. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet and the peace of mind that only a Pentair water system can give you. So call now and get your free digital Pentair water test. Save 15% on your whole home water system by calling 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799 or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales, 72 months.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Drew Steele.
To clear up the recent confusion sparked by the CDC's new mask guidelines, please make note of the following. If you've been fully vaccinated, masks are no longer required outdoors, unless you're a Capricorn with green eyes born under a full moon between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4 p.m. during an odd-numbered leap year. Now, if you've only received the first shot of either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine, masks are still required, but only if you answer to the name of Clyde Phipps, walk with a limp, and or drive a late model Ford with a Virginia license plate that starts with the letter Q. And if you're still awaiting your second dose, wear your mask at an angle to let people know. Plus, it looks sick. Thanks in advance for following these simple guidelines. This has been a special announcement of the CDA, the Confusion Department of America.
Everybody got it? Y'all got it? Everybody good? We're all good? Everybody good on the CDC, the guidelines, the mask guidelines, all the mask guidelines, whether they're state-run or federally run, or who knows better than who with regards to masks and how they work, and whether or not this is the time to unmask, demask, deplane, demoralize. I don't know what the D would be. But you getting all this?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not confused at all when it comes to masks?
I don't believe anybody.
Yeah, okay. You don't believe anybody. All right, no problem. So we're going to get to that in just a second. Hey, what happened in Texas that has everybody really, really upset when it comes to masks and not only that, when it comes to cases of coronavirus and deaths? And yeah, how about the news out of Texas, those Neanderthals? We're going to get to that in just a second. If you live in Texas and you're listening to me right now, it's not my words, but it is somebody's. All right, 239-479-5592. Before we get to that, want to remind everybody, 92.5 Fox News presents the Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum. Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan will be right here in Southwest Florida. What a great night it's going to be. VIP, dinner, Q&A during the event. There'll be a Q&A, so an opportunity for you to ask Sebastian Gorka, Trish Regan, whatever is on your mind, whether it has to do with things financially on Trish's side. Maybe you're concerned about that. And obviously an award-winning financial journalist, the Trish Regan Show, you know very well. Sebastian Gorka, of course, formerly worked with the Trump administration back in 2017, a deputy assistant to the president for strategy, you remember, and of course has his own fantastic radio show as well. Will be right here in Southwest Florida at the Hilton Naples on Friday, June 18th. And get your tickets now. Don't wait. As you can imagine, they're going fast. So get your tickets now. Go to 925foxnews.com. You can do that right now, or you can just text the word Liberty to 239-479-5592. And there you go. All the information and tickets will pop up right on your phone so you can get them right now. Buy your tickets for the Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum, welcoming Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan to Southwest Florida, Hilton Naples, Friday, June 18th. Get your tickets today. All right, so remember it wasn't too long ago when the discussion about Texas and Mississippi and Florida and all these states lifting mask mandates and getting ahead of the curve, the great Governor DeSantis lifting the mask mandates, and you had Texas doing the same thing, and not too long after all these mask mandates were lifted, you had the President of the United States who wanted to comment on it, and he said...
And the last thing we need is the Neanderthal thinking that in the meantime, everything's fine, take off your mask, forget it.
Yeah, you don't want that Neanderthal thinking. Remember, which, by the way, why are we assuming that Neanderthals were so dumb? Like, why is Neanderthal thinking bad? Do we really, they were only working with what they had at the time. I mean, if we're going to be fair about Neanderthals, all they had was sticks and rocks and bushes and, animals and whatever was roaming around the planet. You gotta work with what you got, people.
Why don't you just state the fact that they survived off the land? How many of... It's not happening.
Right. Reality's calling. There are no Neanderthals, so something happened along the way. Maybe it was dinosaurs or whatever. The point is this. I hate when people make that assumption. I'm not saying it's like the Geico caveman commercial. Even a caveman can do it, and the caveman's all insulted and everything like that. I'm just suggesting that... Anyway, Joe Biden talking about Neanderthal thinking, right? The mask. Can't have the mask, okay? Hey, remember that crazy mask girl that when the mask mandate was lifted, she did that TikTok social media thing that was going viral because, that's what the youths do of America right now. It's all about...
Did you say youths?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah, 2 youths.
Yeah, so remember when she went onto TikTok and went viral when she was saying, this is great, mask mandates. We're going to lift mandates now? It's what about that? What are we going to do here?
Governor Abbott has just lifted the mandatory mask mandate in the entire state of Texas. Now businesses are back at 100% capacity.
Making stupid face.
So when there's a giant spike in our country, you're going to know exactly who to blame. You can say don't mess with Texas all you want. You know who can mess with Texas? The wrath of God. Viruses don't care about your weird state pride. Get over it.
Okay. Remember that girl? Yeah. Well, maybe people want to knock on the door and say, hey, how you doing today? Because yesterday, you probably heard about this. Texas reported a day of 0 coronavirus-related deaths after Biden called ending the mask mandate, Neanderthal thinking, and the TikTok girl who said, big spike, great spike. We're going to have a huge spike. Remember, what was it, spring break? Great spike. Remember, Disney and Universal, big spikes. Everything. Governor DeSantis, really bad. Hiding the evidence. Big spikes. Lots of deaths. So they reported 0 deaths from the coronavirus for the first time in nearly 14 months. Gregory Abbott announcing the news, 0 COVID-related deaths. The only time that's happened since data was tracked in March 2020. The fewest COVID cases in over 13 months. The lowest 7-day COVID positivity rate ever. And the lowest COVID hospitalization in 11 months. Hey, I'm just asking this. Thanks, Texans, he says. Just asking the question, how's local media doing? How's state media doing? How's it going when it comes to reporting some of the positives that are happening around the state? Are we still in this perpetual everything is horrific, stay in your house kind of mode? Do you get that impression? No, come on, Drew, stop doing that. We've got people going out now, and we have companies that are letting you walk in without masks. They realize the mask mandates are done, and they're realizing that we're turning the corner, and they realize, hey, does the news report it that way? I feel like I would love to hear more positive news than the negative about this, because there are some good things that are happening. And again, you understand how the numbers work. You may have 0 deaths yesterday but they're not going to report the death that took place yesterday for another 5 days. That'll come in 5 days from now. That will be added to a report of deaths that happened that day and a month earlier, and maybe some dude that was shot to death. But he had it's possible that he had COVID, so they'll name him as a COVID. You understand how the science is so exact when it comes to all of the counting of deaths and everything. But I digress. You got it. So there you go. So no big spikes. Doesn't seem like there's issues. There's a revolt on Capitol Hill, I tell you. Sorry. I don't know why that's funny. Some House Republicans now refusing to wear masks, defying Pelosi's rule. We're just trying to figure out. We're just trying to understand if the president of the United States is telling you that now if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask indoors. If you have the head of life itself, Dr. Fauci. I mean, I think when you say he's the head of the NIH, when Dr. Fauci is the end-all be-all on COVID, I think he's the giver of life. Can we give Dr. Fauci a different title? He needs the ultimate title, like the giver of life. Can we call him that? We'll call him the Gall. We'll call him the Gall, the giver of life, Dr. Fauci. Because whatever he says, I mean, nobody can do anything unless, I mean, we should probably find out if hot dogs will be acceptable on July 4th for dining options as we grill. Because he might say something like, your grill doesn't get hot enough to make sure that the bacteria is killed on this specific thing you're getting ready to eat. So maybe he should give us dietary guidelines as well. But anything. Anyway, on the heels of the Fauci even yesterday saying that, listen, it was all imagery. I get it. I know. Listen, I had to put out a good face. I had to make it look good. I understand, the masking indoors. I didn't want people to get the wrong impression. Yeah, masking indoors, despite being vaccinated, were based on imagery, not science, because he didn't want to look like he was giving mixed signals. But being a fully vaccinated person, the chances of my getting infected in an indoor setting is at an extreme low. Yeah. And oh, by the way, yesterday here, speaking of mixed signals, yesterday as well, right after that, I have a picture of Senate Majority Whip Dick Durbin, Democrat, who met with doctors Francis Collins and Anthony Fauci at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, all three of them outside wearing masks. I'm not kidding. I'm looking at the picture right now, continuing to do, I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, there's some revolt from Republicans that are like, we've had enough. We're not going to wear masks on the floor during a vote, in spite of Pelosi's threat to take $500 from each of us. If you don't wear a mask on the House floor, I'm going to take $500. Really? You can do that? I had no idea. The rule's not based. This is Thomas Massey, whose tweet says it's not even based on science. All you need to know is the mask rule has only ever applied to members when they can be seen on TV. And there's a lot of people that are there that have joined in, taking pictures of themselves without a mask. So there's a little revolt going on. Like, here we are, not wearing a mask, standing in front of the Capitol. Come get me. Here's my $500. Good luck. And Nate Silver said in one of the perhaps the more robust indicators of getting back to normal, restaurant traffic in the U.S. is now 90 to 100% of its pre-pandemic base. That's very nice. Problem is we can't get people to work in those restaurants, but that's a whole other story. You're wondering why inflation is happening. By the way, that's another piece of the inflation puzzle, in case you're wondering. The good news is that 90 to 100% of restaurants are up and running. The bad news is they're not running up to capacity, and in some places, in most cases, they're struggling because they can't get people to work because of, for many reasons, one of them, probably the biggest reason, is that this administration pays too much to sit on the couch. The bad news about that is prices of goods, prices of things go up, but nobody's working We're not getting enough people out there that are working and paying into the tax coffers, if you will. And as inflation rises and all these prices rise, and we're not getting the economy up and running the way we should be, that's stagflation, actually, when we don't have a roaring economy to go along with a roaring inflation or a price surge. That is stagflation. But yeah, inflation is here, and it's here right now. And this administration is not doing a whole lot to help to get things back on track. But good to know that Dr. Fauci is still standing outside with people wearing a mask because, we don't want to do the whole mixed signal thing. I mean, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Yes, it is. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. We'd love for you to watch. If you want to go to Facebook at Drew Steele Radio, that's fine as well. Don't forget to go to 925foxnews.com, the website, if you'd like to buy your tickets to see Sebastian Gorka. Trish Regan will be right here in Southwest Florida, and we're so happy to bring them here, the Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum at the Hilton Naples, Friday, June 18th. It's just around the corner, everybody, so get your tickets now. They're going fast, and we'd love to see you there. Stay Break 92.5, Fox News, right all along. Traffic, here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. I-75 is a mess in Fort Myers between State Road 82 and even heading down toward Daniels Parkway because of a rollover crash in the median near mile marker 135, just south of the exit to Colonial Boulevard. If you have to head through that area, we've got northbound debris scattered across all northbound lanes, and southbound is backed up for about 5 miles or so. So if you have to head between 82 and Colonial, you can take Forum Boulevard or Treeline Avenue, Ortiz Avenue as well. That'll take you west of 75 to head farther south in that area, and then that turns into 6 Mile Cypress to head farther south down toward Daniels Parkway. Just avoid the area in general right now. The rest of 75 is open and clear, and no problems out on US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. It's a little bit more muggy when you head out the door this morning with temps in the 70s, upper 80s and lower 90s this afternoon. We'll also factor in a few spotty showers and thunderstorms, and the wind cranks up even more, becoming windy later on today. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Rush Limbaugh. Correctness not just a problem here, it's a problem everywhere in the West. You won't believe how deeply it's infected Great Britain. The Greater Manchester Police Department recently conducted a terror exercise, a mock suicide bombing. At least 800 volunteers were used to act out terror scenario at the Trafford Center, a huge indoor shopping complex. The whole thing was captured on video for training purposes. An actor playing the part of a terrorist suicide bomber is seen on video running into the place and shouting Allahu Akbar before pretending to detonate what was basically a firecracker. Now, even though his device was fake, the enactment created a very real explosion in the politically correct universe. Gary Shewan, Assistant Chief Constable of the Manchester Cops, was sent out to fall on the sword and apologize profusely. He admitted the terror exercise was based on real suicide attacks from ISIS-type groups, but he said it was unacceptable to use the phrase Allahu Akbar because it was wrong to link terror with Islam. The Assistant Chief Constable said the department was sorry for the offense this has caused. Now, real radical Islamic terrorists have committed enough terror attacks that governments have to prepare for them. But using the real phrase that real Islamic terrorists always use before the attack, well, no, that's offensive. Must be apologized for. Political correctness has gone wild. It has morphed into utter madness, and we're paying a greater price for it than anybody really knows.
Do you want to invest in cash-flowing real estate without all of the hassles? Introducing PassiveInvesting.com, a national private equity real estate firm with over $380 million under management. We have an offering available to invest right now in an institutional-level, newly built apartment community in Orlando, Florida. Only available to independently verified accredited investors. Visit PassiveInvesting.com for details on how you can invest today. That's PassiveInvesting.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment. We've got you covered.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
News from overseas. I read that Kim Jong-un has banned citizens from having mullets or wearing skinny jeans. Right now, everyone's like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Kim Jong-un.
Wait a minute. What about Jake? Jake's got the best mullet ever in the history of mullets. What are you going to do?
I'm going to keep it.
Well, I guess, yeah, you don't live in North Korea, so you don't have anything to worry about. So, there's two ways of looking at this. One is either you're agreeing with him, Kim Jong-un, who says skinny jeans are out and mullets are out, or you're in defiance of North Korea, and you look at this as a patriotic duty to say, no, absolutely not, Kim Jong-un. You don't tell me what to do. See this mullet right here? This isn't going anywhere. And you know what about my skinny jeans? I don't care if they hurt some of the nether regions that I don't like to speak out in public, especially to my son, because it's a little early. He's only 12. We're getting there. But that's the skinny jeans issue. You better believe I'm sticking with these skinnies.
What else am I supposed to wear?
I don't know about you with the skinny jeans. I got issues because I got a whole wardrobe of skinny jeans because I got skinny legs and it's the only thing that looks decent. And I'm starting to look like that meme with the frog. You ever see a frog when you hold a frog up and it's got this big, huge body and it's got these little baby legs, that kind of thing? That's me. That's what I look. My wife is like, you look like the frog in the meme with the big, giant body and the skinny legs, and it looks really awkward and you need to just... But you can keep the mullet. I wish I had one now.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
The real estate market is really hot right now, but for how long? I'm Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. You've heard Drew Steele talk about me on his show. If you're thinking about selling your home for a premium price, now is the time. You can sell over market value without doing repairs, letting strangers in your home, and you pick the closing date. Learn how for free. No pressure, no obligation. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. GomesMovesHomes.com.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Chevy sales desk, Marty.
Hey there, Melvin.
It's Marty.
You know Victory Lane?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, Murray.
No, Marty.
Okay, Mario.
Marty!
Memorial Day is a great holiday to celebrate heroes and Chevys at Victory Lane.
I don't like parties, all right?
Well, Victory Lane's going all out with 0 down on new Silverados, just $375 a month, or new Chevy Bolt, just $349 a month. 0 down.
No money down? Oh, boy.
That's right, Margaret.
It's Marty. Why can't you remember my name?
Well, can you blame me? I'm trying to forget your ridiculously high prices. Save thousands during the Memorial Day sale at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Save with 0 down on new Silverados, just $375 a month, or new Chevy Bolt, just $349 a month with 0 down. Plus max for your trade and our goal 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads online at victorylanechevrolet.com. 39-month lease for current lessees, 10K miles per year, all rebates to dealer. Taxes and fees extra, expires 5/31.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
6 more dead in Gaza as more rockets fly back the other way into Israel. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. The Israeli military says it's expanding its airstrikes on militant targets. The home of a 40-person extended family was hit today, with everybody reportedly escaping after a warning missile landed first. 219 Palestinians and 12 Israelis are reported to have died in the last week and a half of fighting.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israeli attacks on Gaza have set Palestinian militant groups back by years. International mediators are seeking a ceasefire, but the US so far hasn't joined those calls, saying Israel has a right to defend itself.
Fox's Simon Owen. President Biden took a test drive in Ford's new electric pickup truck after speaking to some of the workers making them.
Speaking at the Ford Rogue Electric Vehicle Center in Dearborn, President Biden said China is leading the race for clean energy.
And they think they're going to win. But I got news for them. They will not win this race. We can't let them. We have to move fast.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki told reporters aboard Air Force One administration officials are talking to Republicans about their slimmed-down counter-proposal to the president's American Jobs Plan. Traveling with the president, Rachel Sutherland, Fox News.
10 Republicans go maskless on the House floor, protesting rules that they have to be worn for coronavirus protection. 7 get first offense warnings. 3 get $500 fines for second offenses under rules set by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. They remain in place despite CDC guidance that fully vaccinated people can mostly go maskless now. There's no official record of who in this group has been vaccinated. Andrew Giuliani, son of the former New York City mayor and Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani, announces a run for governor of New York as a Republican next year.
I think we've all seen how Andrew Cuomo has served himself.
Governor Andrew Cuomo has not said yet if he'll run for a 4th term in office. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee
You're allowed
Auto
to,
Group.
and
Find
buying a
your
ti-
perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. I-75 is a mess in Fort Myers between State Road 82 and even heading down toward Daniels Parkway because of a rollover crash in the median near mile marker 135, just south of the exit to Colonial Boulevard. If you have to head through that area, we've got northbound debris scattered across all northbound lanes, and southbound is backed up for about 5 miles or so. So if you have to head between 82 and Colonial, you can take Forum Boulevard or Treeline Avenue, Ortiz Avenue as well. That'll take you west of 75 to head farther south in that area, and then that turns into 6 Mile Cypress to head farther south down toward Daniels Parkway. Just avoid the area in general right now. The rest of 75 is open and clear, and no problems out on US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. You'll notice it's a little more humid as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures into the 70s. We'll warm to near 91 degrees this afternoon and bringing in a few showers and thunderstorms even by the second half of the afternoon. Those will generally be moving from the east toward the west, nearing I-75, closer to the 3 o'clock hour. Otherwise, the wind still stays up today, if not higher than yesterday. Sustained wind into the 20s, gusts into the 30s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Show Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach, and today I want to share my thoughts on what it means to be a Republican. Republicans believe in limiting the power of government and expanding individual freedom. Democrats want to expand government because they believe that government bureaucrats know what's best for you and your family. The expansion of government into every sphere of our personal lives would disgust our founding fathers. From crushing taxes and gun control at the federal level to the tyranny of local governments with their mask mandates, revisionist history, and sexual indoctrination of our school children, government has truly gone wild. And I'm not going to sit back and take it. I'm going to fight back, and I hope you'll join me. This is Spencer Roach, and I'm proud to be a Republican because I believe that faith and family are the center of American life, not government. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and never forget that this is your government and we work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Psst. I'm about to say a dirty word, a really dirty word. Cover your kids' ears. Ready? Plumber. Hi, I'm Rob Hill of Bob Hill Plumbing. I'm not sure why plumber is a dirty word. I like to think of myself as a respectful, clean, and honest plumber. In fact, I'm proud to say that Bob Hill Plumbing is one of the oldest businesses in Naples. My dad founded Bob Hill Plumbing in 1952. I instilled the same tradition and values as he had back in the 50s. I dare you to find that in the chuck in a truck world. Everyone has an AC guy or an electrical guy, but a plumber? If you need plumbing services, I invite you to call me today, and I'll prove to you that we've cleaned up the word plumber. See, even the radio guy stopped beeping me out. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or go to bobhillplumbing.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. You can watch Steele with 3 E's. We appreciate that. Also, we're on Facebook at Drew Steele Radio because across the globe, I'm starting to find out we've got friends in Ireland and Switzerland and the UK and other places, and they go to Facebook. Okay, so they're watching there, and we appreciate it as well. Thank you so much. We're going to have a very interesting, tough conversation coming up. And remember, let me preface the conversation we're going to have coming up with this. You know, there's always been the talk about when is the right time to have tough talk, tough discussions. You can't talk about religion and politics with people. Well, why not? You can, as long as people can have the discussion. Both sides have an opinion. And at the end of the day, you can break bread, you can stay together, you can be friends. I've said this many, many times. All of my closest friends in the world are pretty liberal. They just are. And I try constantly to kind of needle them and talk about different issues, but I don't dismiss them as friends. And they don't do that to me either. And that's okay. As long as you're still having the conversation, as long as you can put some of the divisiveness aside and still be able to talk, but to still have the conversation, don't give up on it. If somebody is worried about talking about it, for example, why would people be worried about the Supreme Court getting ready to review an abortion ban in the Mississippi case? Why would you be afraid of that case coming up on abortion? You should want the conversation, right? If anything, you should feel like this should be out in the open. We should talk about this. We should talk about this Supreme Court taking this up specifically, what may or may not happen, and even locally what's going on. So we're going to get to that in just a second. And this is going to be an interesting conversation, trust me. So that's on the way. Talk about interesting conversations. I want to remind you once again, don't miss this. 92.5 Fox News presents right here in Southwest Florida. What a great night. We're going to have so much fun. The Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum with Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan. Love for you to join us. VIP dinner, Q&A. It's going to be great. It's happening at the Hilton Naples on Friday, June 18th. Get your tickets now. Don't wait. I'm telling you, they're going fast, as you can imagine. And Dr. Sebastian Gorka, who, of course, has his own fantastic radio show, and also somebody who you see often on Newsmax. And you know he was the 2017 Deputy Assistant to the President Trump for strategy and working closely with and friends with the former president. So Sebastian Gorka here in town. And, of course, the Trish Regan show. You know Trish Regan very well. Award-winning financial journalist and talk show host, and certainly on the financial side of things. What a great night it's going to be, right? So you have all of that on the one side with Sebastian Gorka, all the things you might want to ask about the former president, or even the issues globally and some of the things strategically that are going on with this administration and the former. And certainly what is happening financially in this country and the concerns about inflation and more, and digging into those issues with Trish Regan. What a great night. Get your tickets now. Go to 925foxnews.com. Right there at the website, you can get tickets and more information. If you text the word Liberty to 239-479-5592, you can get tickets that way as well, right on your phone. So don't miss it. The Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum, the Hilton Naples, Friday, June 18th. All right. I am so happy to have Father Michael Orsi on with us. He's a good friend and someone who I always appreciate having a conversation with. We don't talk often enough, I will say that. But when we do, I love getting together and talking about all things, quite honestly. And this is a tough subject for some people to talk about, but one that needs to be discussed, especially because there's a lot going on here locally. And first of all, Father Orsi, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Drew. How are you?
I am well. All right.
It's always nice to be able to speak with you.
Well, I appreciate that, and back at you, if I may. So, there's an effort right now to outlaw abortion in Naples. And there are some things that are going on with this. And I want you to speak to this directly because on the heels of, talk about timely, what is going on with the Supreme Court in visiting this case and revisiting Roe v. Wade. And I know that gets people all upset, but we'll get to that issue just in a second. But focus
really, one dovetails into the other.
It does.
An amazing time to be able to discuss this issue.
Yeah. So talk about what's happening right now in Naples and what's going on there with the city.
Okay. What we're trying to do is to have Naples declared a sanctuary city for the unborn, which is a fantastic thing to think that Naples would be marked as a place in which abortion is not permitted. Naples is such a fantastic city, full of life, full of beauty. Why would we want to have abortions being performed in this wonderful city, which is teeming with life? And so the concept now is let's make it a sanctuary city for the unborn. And you began your discussion talking about conversation. Well, basically, all we want to do is to begin a conversation before any ordinance would be passed, so that the whole issue can be aired, all sides being heard. It's a great thing for this community. The question is, why do some people want to cancel us before we even have a chance to speak?
So two things come to mind, Father. One thing is, I assume that this has happened in other places around the country. We wouldn't be the first. We'd be the first in Florida, but it has happened in other places, right? They've passed this before? Okay.
Yes, 25 cities in Texas and 2 cities in Nebraska. Latest city was Lubbock, Texas. So it has been done, and yes, we want to be the first in Florida.
Right. And then the other part of this is we're talking about the city of Naples. So obviously we're talking about a city council. are any of your voices being heard at all with the council? Because like we've talked about, even with the Supreme Court, people don't even want it to come up to the Supreme Court, almost out of fear of what might happen, because constitutionally and laying out the law and then being able to see what's happening bothers people, because maybe Roe v. Wade, if you really dig in, doesn't have a leg to stand on constitutionally. It never did necessarily, and in a lot of aspects when you talk about states' rights, and so that's a part of the discussion. But then even locally, are your voices being heard at all? So is your suggestion that the city council isn't even allowing you to have this come up in discussion?
Exactly. All we want at this point is a hearing. The hearing would basically say, this is our opinion. This is what we think should be done. And then if the council accepts our reasoning, then the city council would put this on the agenda and put it up for a vote. We're not even there yet. We have a number of council members, 3 as a matter of fact, that are supporting a public hearing, and 4 who are refusing to allow a public hearing. So we're asking just maybe one more open-minded, reasonable person to just give us a hearing. I mean, this is not the Soviet Union or Red China.
So the idea behind this is that within the city of Naples, it would be what? Unlawful for anybody to, I'm looking at it right now, to procure or perform an abortion of any type and at any stage of pregnancy in the city. Unlawful for any person knowingly to aid or abet that abortion occurring in the city. And again, it seems to me like this is something that if many people, let's say, have an issue with it, Father, they don't like this at all, that what you're doing, then why not have it heard to be able to put this to rest, at least on the side that it's been an open discussion? And we're not even getting to that point, which really calls to question those that say, oh, well, we don't even want to talk about. Well, why don't you want to talk about? Why don't you want this to come out in the open? Why don't you want this to be an issue? It's only divisive if you're not giving people the chance to speak.
Exactly. You know, this is America, and you began your conversation earlier with, open dialogue conversation. We're not enemies. We might be opponents on an issue, but why not? Why not?
Yeah. Now, is there an opportunity, by the way, Father Michael Orsi is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We're talking about presenting to the Naples City Council an ordinance that would outlaw abortion within the city of Naples, and the fact that even on the heels of the Supreme Court getting ready to talk about a case out of Mississippi, which is an important case because it's going to bring up the Roe v. Wade discussion. People have feared this. This is the thing that they've worried about the most. Why? If it's concrete, if it's set in stone in concrete, and it's really something that constitutionally stands on terra firma, then what are you worried about? It'll just be struck down. It'll be struck down because it's unconstitutional, and then ultimately people will have to just go home. Unless you're afraid that maybe it's not on terra firma, maybe it's not that way, and there is a lot to talk about. So what's happening now trying to move this forward? Is there an opportunity? When would be the next opportunity, Father, for this to come up before the city council?
Before the council finishes this session, I believe it's in mid-June, this would be the first opportunity for it to come up. And that's what we're hoping for. And I think that there are some members of the council that are saying, well, we're not necessarily against it, but the timing isn't right. Now, what does that mean? The timing isn't right. When's the timing going to be right? So that's the issue. So, it can come up very shortly, and that's what we're asking, a discussion. Just give us a chance to give our point of view. That's all.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll certainly keep an eye on this, especially since it is happening in other cities around the country. It has happened. It has been enacted. And again, to be able to talk about this openly and freely. And what has it been like? Because I have 2 questions before we go. One of them is, what's the discussion been like for you as far as, because this clearly is a hard discussion to have. There are many people who try to couch this as a woman's right to choose. It's about reproductive health. They've crafted the language in such a way that it's almost impossible for somebody who doesn't want to look and see what an abortion looks like, who doesn't want to explore what it is, and doesn't want to look at terms as far as a 15-term, the term meaning time when it comes to first trimester, second, third, getting into the time to which you have this child growing in its mother's womb. They don't want to look into any of the science, any of that, because maybe they're afraid of what they might see and how that might change their mind. But,
sure.
There
are two things.
Yeah.
The first thing is certainly there is no constitutional right to an abortion. And I think that any reasonable person will look at the Constitution and say it's not found in the 14th Amendment. And that's what they're concerned about, those who are pro-abortion. That's what they're concerned about right now, because when it does come up before the court, this is a tough case for some, especially if they believe in stare decisis, that it's a long-time precedent. Well, it's an incorrect precedent, and therefore it should be overturned. The second thing is this. The science is on the pro-life side. Ever since, they refined the ultrasound sonogram, we can actually see in 3 dimensions the baby. So, we have... Well,
surgeries as well, Father. Ben Carson, known for doing, in utero surgeries that have taken place. That discussion has been happening. It's quite a different place from the 70s.
Yeah, and, when people talk about follow the science, well... follow the science.
Yeah, they don't. And let's be honest, I think a lot of people don't want to delve into this. They just don't want to. There's a lot of people that look away that, dare you say that there's so many that that maybe understand how gruesome it could be and really don't want to get into that and just kind of step back from it and don't want to have the talk, if you will. But it's going to have to happen because both sides, it's not going to go away.
No, it's not going to go away.
And so, there's decisions that are going to be made. So, all right, before we go, I just want to remind everybody that we'll keep an eye on this story in the city of Naples. And once again, when there's an opportunity for it to present itself to the city council, we'll, again, keep an eye on this. But let me ask you before we go, are you ready? I don't know if this is a tough question or not. It's probably not. I know you. It's not a tough question. You ready? Here we go. The whole Joe Biden communion thing. What you got a take on that, or you got to go?
No, I'll be glad to take it on. Joe Biden and his team continually present him as a devout Catholic. Let me be perfectly clear. He is not a devout Catholic. Canon 915 says those persons who are promoting abortion, promoting concepts contrary to the teachings of the Catholic Church, they should be barred from communion. And that is a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. And I'm just waiting for certain members of the hierarchy, some are very, very good, they're outstanding in their pro-life stand, to say, Mr. Biden, you are he's a sinner, public sinner for what he's been doing, and he should not present himself for Holy Communion.
There you go. All right, Father Orsi, I always appreciate a conversation with you. And again, let me just remind everybody, if this is an awkward conversation for you, or you don't want to hear it, or, you've already got your mind made up in certain ways, let's just be reminded that you can't move anything forward if you refuse to talk about it. If you're telling people that it's uncomfortable to talk about religion and to talk about politics at the dinner table, well, then guess what? Nothing's going to move. And then when you're complaining about nothing happening, you can't, because you're not interested in having those tough discussions and moving people and changing hearts and minds. You can't change hearts and minds if you're just refusing to speak about it. And it's okay, because at the end of the day, that's how we're going to get things done. And it's fine. It's just about how your attitude is towards people who disagree with you. And it doesn't have to be angry, and it doesn't have to be vitriol. Just you just talk. All right.
Amen. Amen.
Hey, I got an amen. See, Jake bet me. I don't know if we're allowed to say this. Jake bet me that I couldn't get an amen out of you this morning. I got it. You owe me $1. Hey, are we allowed to?
Jake.
Is that?
Tell Jake, I'm looking forward to meeting him too.
Okay, yeah. Father Orsi wants to meet you. What does that mean? Does that mean what do we do? Do we throw? Is it some? It's like a holy water thing. How do we cleanse him? How do we purify? What do we do?
Oh, we like Jake.
Yes,
Bring him
we
to the
do.
Gorka event. Bring him to the Gorka event. I want to shake his hand.
Yes, I'm going to. Okay, good. All right, Father. All
Take
right.
care, buddy.
All right,
God
I'll see you
bless.
later. There you go. God bless. All right, he wants to see you at the Gorka event. See, we're gonna cleanse you. You're in trouble.
Don't need a lot of holy water.
No, you're fine. You're good. You're good. Listen, it's just oh boy, we've gone to a really weird place today. I mean, no, we've gone to a very important place, and then we've switched to a very weird place, and that's all my fault. And I apologize for the end of this because it is an important discussion. Oh, and by the way, Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan, as the father mentioned, Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum, Friday, June 18th at the Hilton Naples. Dinner and VIP and Q&A. It's going to be an awesome night. Get your tickets now at 925foxnews.com. All right, let's take a break. It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, we're kicking it up a notch for Memorial Day here at Naples Nissan. Yes, you can still get the full original base MSRP for your 2012 or newer trade-in, regardless of what brand it is, where you bought it from, or whether you bought it new or used. But if you're not feeling that deal, then how does 0% financing for 60 months sound? That's right. You can take home one of these all-new, completely redesigned and loaded 2021 Rogue models today and pay 0 interest on it for 5 whole years. Have you checked out the all-new Rogue yet? I'm telling you, the redesign they did on this thing is hot. And oh, hey, we've got over 150 to choose from. Get the full original MSRP for your trade-in or pay no interest for 5 whole years. You choose when you come see us here at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Things seem to get more expensive as the years go by. Take groceries. Prices are up by 36%. And keeping up with your health, that's up too by 54%. But did you know at FPL what you pay for energy has gone down 10% over the last 15 years? And they're not cutting corners either. They're investing in energy that's not just the most reliable or the cleanest, but also the most affordable. See how we're keeping your bill lower than most states at fpl.com/value.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
Chevy sales desk, Marty.
Hey there, Melvin.
It's Marty.
You know Victory Lane?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Murray.
No, Marty.
Okay, Mario.
Marty.
Memorial Day is a great holiday to celebrate heroes and Chevys at Victory Lane.
I don't like parties, all right?
Well, Victory Lane's going all out with 0 down on new Silverados, just $375 a month, or new Chevy Bolt, just $349 a month. 0 down.
No money down? Oh,
That's right, Margaret.
It's Marty. Why can't you remember my name?
Well, can you blame me? I'm trying to forget your ridiculously high prices. Save thousands during the Memorial Day sale at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Save with 0 down on new Silverados, just $375 a month, or new Chevy Bolt, just $349 a month with 0 down. Plus max for your trade and our goal 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads online at victorylanechevrolet.com. 39-month lease for current lessees, 10K miles per year, all rebates to dealer. Taxes and fees extra, expires 5/31.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair. The quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. 75 southbound is a mess, backed up all the way from Palm Beach Boulevard down past Colonial Boulevard and heading toward Daniels Parkway because of a rollover close to the Colonial Boulevard exit in the median right now. But northbound traffic is essentially stopped as well. If you have to head that way, you may just want to avoid the area for the time being. You could take Ortiz Avenue, Treeline Avenue, 6 Mile Cypress to get around it this morning. 41 also running up to speed. We also have eastbound roadblock along Bayshore Road because of a crash just west of 75, right around Park 78 Drive. So watch for some delays because of a crash with injuries there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. You'll notice it's a little more humid as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures into the 70s. We'll warm to near 91 degrees this afternoon and bringing in a few showers and thunderstorms even by the second half of the afternoon. Those will generally be moving from the east toward the west, nearing I-75, closer to the 3 o'clock hour. Otherwise, the wind still stays up today, if not higher than yesterday. Sustained wind into the 20s, gusts into the 30s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, everyone. This is Trish Regan. Join me and my good friend Seb Gorka for an evening discussion about the most important things that matter right now: freedom, truth, and liberty. All of which, it seems, the Biden administration doesn't really care about. We want to see you at this VIP dinner event that takes place Friday, June 18th at the Hilton Naples. Seb and I are going to wrap up the night answering all of your questions. Tickets are selling out fast, so please visit freedomtruthandliberty.com. freedomtruthandliberty.com for more information and to purchase your tickets today.
Do you consider yourself the best of the best in HVAC? Conditioned Air is looking for A players to join our winning team. If you consider yourself an A player and love customer service, you should apply so we can get your career path started. We have several top-paying positions available now in Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Naples. Don't wait. Go online to conditionedair.com and apply right now. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. License number CAC 1819590.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7.
License number CCC 1326213.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet Store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet Store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet Store.
When it comes to weather forecasting here in Southwest Florida, accuracy matters.
Meteorologist Matt Devitt told you when this storm would hit.
Reliability matters.
Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt is tracking this powerful storm.
Experience matters.
Just had a huge surge come in from the Atlantic.
Trust Matt Devitt.
Bring that umbrella. Look at all the rain.
Wink News Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt. Weeknights on Wink News, the Weather Authority.
Next, Rachel.
If cookies are going to be good for you, I feel like this is a good way to go.
Eat your veggies in a cookie?
I might or might not have sampled more than one.
Daphne Oz is tricking out a kid favorite.
Oh, yes!
Then, a soup that tastes like ranch dressing?
How healthy and delicious.
Plus, no snoozing on this Q and Ray and Jay.
He has 3 things lined up by the bed.
Really, we're going to go there? Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
When I got to work, I couldn't get her out of the car. I had no idea where she is. I could just hear her meowing. They said if I could get the cat to them, then they would take her. So I called the cat in Uber.
Comes to saving a little pet like this, I'll go anywhere.
I use Uber, so why not rescue a kitten using Uber? I would do it again immediately.
Anytime you can save anyone's life, animal, human, anything, I mean, it feels great.
Wait, anyone's life? Oh, after the conversation we just had, I like that. Yeah, there's a Florida woman who decided to save a kitten from a busy highway. She paid $160 to get an Uber to take her and the kitten to a rescue group that was 80 miles away. She's in Hialeah. She sees the cat, I guess, I don't know if it was on 95. Is that where it was? So she sees that she's weaving through traffic. It couldn't be I-95 because that cat would be gone. But the cat's weaving in and out of traffic. So she weaves in and out to get the kitten. She gets the kitten. She gets the kitten in the car. But when she gets to the clinic where she works, the kitten went into the steering column. So she couldn't get the cat out of the car, and she couldn't get out of the car, had no idea where the cat was. So then firefighters came in and police come in because, they got nothing better to do in Hialeah than to go get a cat out of a steering column. And they're trying to lure it out, but then once they get the cat out, which is a great thing, they don't know where to take the cat. So she's like, I can't take the kitten home because I got a dog and it's not a cat-friendly home. And quite honestly, I'm not really crazy about cats because they kind of smell. It's a whole little thing in a litter box and stuff. But anyway, that's me. And then, what? I know, you're a cat guy. And so then she's like, I got to find something. So the nearest place, I know this is crazy. Think about where Hialeah is. The only place she can go to get somebody to take the kitten is Furry Friends Rescue in Jupiter. It's 80 miles away. Hialeah is south of Miami. Jupiter is south of Port St. Lucie, above West Palm Beach. No place in the state of Florida takes kittens, apparently, from Hialeah to Jupiter. I had no idea. There's a need. So she called an Uber. Spent $160. And what a great story.
That's why I kept my cats, because I couldn't take her
No,
anywhere.
that's not the moral of the story. That's not. I bring this story up because Hialeah, south of Miami. Jupiter is past West Palm Beach. There's no place in between Hialeah and Jupiter that takes kittens. There's no furry rescue. Look, if there's an opportunity, maybe there isn't. What you're not talking on the mic.
Because I can't.
Okay. I'm just saying. Somebody needs to open. You can't spend $160 on Ubers to drop kittens off in the middle of the day. There's got to be somebody like in, I don't know, in Coral Springs that says, I'll take them. Somebody bring them. I'm just asking.
It's also gator season right now, so it's lucky it wasn't a snack. I mean, I'm just saying.
The kitten was running across it. She's not thinking, how did you go? 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Hey, just want to remind everybody, no kittens allowed at the Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum. Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan will be here in Southwest Florida, and we are so happy to be able to bring them here to town at the Hilton Naples, Friday, June 18th. Get your tickets now. Don't wait. They go fast. Trust me. Sebastian Gorka, you well know. Trish Regan, of course, the Trish Regan Show, and award-winning financial journalist. Both will be here. VIP dinner. They're going to take your questions, a Q&A session. Imagine what that's going to be like. So that might be the price of admission right there. So get your tickets. You can go to 925foxnews.com. Right there, you can get tickets. You can text the word Liberty to 239-479-5592, and it'll pop right there up on your phone so that you can get your tickets now for what a great event. June 18th. It's a Friday night. Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum. It's at the Hilton Naples. And it's with Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan. Hope to see you there. All right. Let's see some of the other stories that I'm kind of taking. By the way, just a little inside baseball story. In case you're looking at me and if you're watching at drewsteele.com, if I keep moving around a lot, it's because my foot keeps getting stuck. I'm sitting on the stool here, our seat, and my foot keeps getting stuck on the thing you put your foot on. You know, the stools have the little...
Yeah, that's a foot rest.
Little foot rest. And my foot keeps getting stuck. And the reason why is because my son has duct tape all over the place. My son does he builds, he creates, he does everything. And his glue is duct tape. And it's everywhere. And I'm not kidding. It's in the garage. It's on the driveway. It's in his room. It's every place.
Fix everything with duct tape.
Okay, you ready? You want to know why my foot is sticking? If you're watching at drewsteele.com, it's a moment where you might want to be on the website and check this out. Are you ready? Look at this. I know, it's just a second. I know it's radio. Turn your mic on and describe what I'm showing right now.
Here we go.
Look, here we go.
All right. Drew is lifting up his shoe. He's got duct tape, a big old... And here's the thing, guys. It's an industrial piece of
I told you, there's duct tape stuck to the bottom of my shoe.
That's not regular duct tape.
No,
that's
is the...
Gorilla tape.
And I couldn't figure out why my foot keeps getting stuck, and there it is.
It's going to be stuck. You ain't getting that off.
What am I supposed... I mean, I could peel it off, but...
Oh, yeah, but then you're going to be sticking to the ground. So you might as well just put it on there the rest of the way.
I don't know. Isn't there some kind of crazy goop or something that'll take that off? What kind of nonsense that's made somewhere like China that takes off the sticky on the bottom of your shoe? Because, China makes everything.
I don't know.
All right, you never heard of goop? Isn't that the stuff?
It's like acetone. I think you could, like nail polish remover.
I don't know. So the last thing I need to do is take my wife's nail polish remover and start using that to take the sticky off the bottom. I could be here all month.
I think they're all like plotting against you at home or something.
They are. It's a huge plot. It's a good thing there's no animals in my house. There's snakes, and I can only imagine it's probably in my bed at night. 239-479-5592. All right. Some of the other stories that we're certainly keeping an eye on. I'm just trying to figure out, who do we believe? It is interesting that for the longest time, the Fauch, the giver of life. I call him Gall, the giver of life. He's the person that we go to that lets us have life as we know it, or not. For the longest time, he argued with Rand Paul about the origins of the China Wuhan virus. I think I just said it there, and the concerns that maybe it leaked out of a lab, and the concerns of people that won't tell the truth when it comes to the origins, and you're not allowed to say it, and I'm probably going to be demonetized or taken off of social media for saying that, because that's going to be picked up. You're not allowed to talk about that kind of stuff. And how many people were taken off platforms, demonetized, all of that kind of stuff because they made that suggestion that there's a possibility that it's a leak from the lab in Wuhan, China. That's where we got the vid. People that you could trust, like Dr. Anthony Fauci, the giver of life, who made the announcement yesterday on Good Morning America that, listen, I wear masks indoors despite being vaccinated because it's imagery. Oh, no, I'm not kidding. It's all about the look. Listen to him with the Snuffleupagus here.
And others are not.
Listen.
How has it changed what you do when you wear a mask? Excuse me? How has it changed what you do? How has it changed your mask wearing practices?
Well, George, I'm obviously careful because, I'm a physician and a healthcare provider. I am now much more comfortable in people seeing me indoors without a mask. Before the CDC made the recommendation change, I didn't want to look like I was giving mixed signals. But being a fully vaccinated person, the chances of my getting infected in an indoor setting is extremely low.
Nothing changed. You were vaccinated 4 months ago. You didn't have to wear a mask inside. You're vaccinated now. You didn't have to wear a mask. Nothing's changed. And there he is admitting it. Listen, it's imagery, everybody. It's all about image. I gotta look good. He took a picture yesterday with Dick Durbin and someone else from the National Institute of Health outside, and all three of them are wearing masks. Why? Why are you doing that? And on the heels of that, now we have the topic of the Wuhan lab in China being mentioned in the New York Times, where a former New York Times science reporter, is saying, hey, the lab leak theory that everybody was talking about? You know how many people got taken off of social media and demonetized and taken down off of YouTube for even suggesting that, and Twitch and Facebook and Twitter and all the rest of them? Yeah, well, it seems like that might have been the case. For about a year, there was a general wisdom among science writers. The lab leak theory migrated back to the far right, where it had started, championed by the folks who brought us Pizzagate, the pandemic, Kung Flu, QAnon, Stop the Steal, and the January 6th Capitol invasion. It was tarred by the fact that everyone backing it seemed to hate not just Democrats and the Chinese Communist Party, but even the Chinese themselves. It spawned racist rumors like Chinese labs sell their dead experimental animals in food markets, China retorting the Trump administration nonsense with nonsense of its own, such as suggesting that U.S. military officers planted the virus during the visit to Wuhan in 2019. It didn't help. So what they were saying is all of this came from this conspiracy theory, all the cranks, all the people that were saying all these horrible things, and that's what it is. It's all you QAnon crazy Trump administration. But then he's talking about the deeper he read into the papers and articles, the clearer it became how much new information trickled out in the last year. And he started citing all of these different places where information was coming about how this leak could have happened. And now he's like, well, wait a second. Maybe I'm seeing what they're talking about. The argument that it could have leaked out of the Wuhan Institute of Virology or a sister lab in Wuhan has become considerably stronger than it was a year ago, when the screaming is so loud it was drowned out. It drowned out serious discussion. Really? So now all of a sudden, this guy who's a science writer, New York Times former writer, is like, I'm reading into the literature, and I'm starting to think that maybe there's something to this. Hey, does that guy have a job tomorrow? I mean, he was a former science writer for the New York Times, so I'm not even sure. Certainly not going back to the New York Times. But look, he's citing paperwork. He's citing studies. He's actually looking into this. But he did talk about, and many people have talked about Occam's razor, and it seems to be swinging increasingly towards the lab leak option as you hear about it more and more and you start to study and see. It's like, oh, wait a second, there might be some there. And how we have decided to ignore science in a lot of ways and ignore paperwork in a lot of ways because some won't allow you to research, to dig in, to talk about, to find out more about. Maybe it has to do with abortion and the issue coming up before the Supreme Court. Maybe it has to do with the China vid coming from a lab in Wuhan, and we're not allowed to do that because Trump. We're not allowed to. 2, 3. We need 5 masks. Why are we not triple masking? Oh, we got to do that. Hey, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. You know, that kind of thing. Because of some who don't even want to have the discussion because it's their way, and that's it. We tell you what is. And anybody else who pushes back against us is going to be labeled, is going to be demagogued, is going to be put down, and we're not going to allow dissent. Sorry, doesn't happen. It's kind of the same discussion that happens, and follow me on this, as I start to hear of a conservative group that has put together a 7-figure buy of ads talking about how woke corporations have to go. They just have to be they have to be stopped. And we need to call out and confront those that are trying to do this. And it seems as if the woke companies are not going to do it on their own because there's a small group of people with a very large microphone with a media to help them that are trying to insist that what they say goes. What their reality is reality. If somebody says that you cannot get pregnant unless you are a woman, how dare you say that? You lose your job. And that's has happened many times. You're not allowed to do that. The dogma has to be followed. You can't get away from it. This is what it is. And the only way that all of that's going to stop is if they see and hear from a majority of people who are like, and believe me, you are the majority, who are like, whoa. No, that's not science and data. That's not the information that I've been reading that has to do with the lab in China, and maybe there's something to this story. No, I've been looking into mask mandates and the masking of our kids, and I don't see any reason why we're still masking kids even now as we speak. Why are the kids wearing masks in schools? Stop doing this. As some said, stop forcing kids to save adults from themselves in this, what we're told is still a pandemic. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I mean, things that need to be talked about and discussed without one side, the wokenista, Woksheviks, Church of Woke, whatever you want to call it, telling you that, oh, no, this is it. Yeah, this is where the culture is. You just got to swim upstream. No, I don't have to swim on your stream. Your stream is dirty. I don't even want to be near your stream. All right, 239-479-5592. Who's ready? It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Hey, if you want to play Drew's College, your time to play and call is right now. You want to win? You want to be one of those, the lucky few that get to play, that get to brag to their neighbors how smart they are? But don't do that. Don't be arrogant like that. Just play. 239-479-5592. Caller number 5 right now gets to play Drew's College. Up next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz. Oh, no, excuse me. It's Therese O'Shea.
Good Wednesday morning. I-75 is a mess in Fort Myers because of a crash we're watching near the Colonial Boulevard exit. That's a rollover in the median, but it's causing delays both northbound and southbound right now. The southbound slowdowns start all the way near Luckett Road and head all the way down to Colonial and just past that exit right now for a good 6 or so miles. So southbound detour is going to be Ortiz Avenue. You could take that from Palm Beach Boulevard down through Colonial, and then Ortiz turns into 6 Mile Cypress to get you down to Daniels Parkway. If you have to head farther south of there, east of 75, you can also take Treeline Avenue. That'll take you down from Colonial to Daniels Parkway, and then it'll continue farther south to Ben Hill until Griffin Parkway, but avoid 75 in that general area right now as crews work to get that cleared up because a lot of backups nearby. Also keeping an eye on a crash right between Lehigh and Gateway. That's at State Road 82 and Griffin Drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. It's a little bit more muggy when you head out the door this morning with temps in the 70s, upper 80s and lower 90s this afternoon. We'll also factor in a few spotty showers and thunderstorms, and the wind cranks up even more, becoming windy later on today. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Florida voters overwhelmingly passed a constitutional amendment to do one simple thing: require that any expansion of gambling be approved by the voters, not the politicians, not the lobbyists. It's called voter control of gambling, and it's the law. But gambling lobbyists want politicians to break it. They've hatched a plan to expand gambling without your approval. More casinos, legalized sports betting, even slot machines on cell phones, just like the strip mall casinos that called themselves internet cafes. All over again, and all cooked up by Tallahassee lobbyists. It would be the biggest expansion of gambling in Florida history without the biggest thing required by Florida's Constitution: your approval. Voter control of gambling isn't a suggestion. It's the law. Tell your legislator, don't break it. Sponsored by No Casinos.
Hey, we're kicking it up a notch for Memorial Day here at Naples Nissan. Yes, you can still get the full original base MSRP for your 2012 or newer trade-in, regardless of what brand it is, where you bought it from, or whether you bought it new or used. But if you're not feeling that deal, then how does 0% financing for 60 months sound? That's right. You can take home one of these all-new, completely redesigned and loaded 2021 Rogue models today and pay 0 interest on it for 5 whole years. Have you checked out the all-new Rogue yet? I'm telling you, the redesign they did on this thing is hot. And oh, hey, we've got over 150 to choose from. Get the full original MSRP for your trade-in or pay no interest for 5 whole years. You choose when you come see us here at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Adam. Adam's in Fort Myers, or he's in a car, or he's in a rocket ship. I'm not really sure. Where are you, Adam?
In my car, Drew. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree question. Sir, starts right now. Hey, can you tell me what Donald Trump's middle initial is?
That'd be J.
That is correct, sir. Donald J. Trump. All right, you got a associate's degree. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. True or false, New Hampshire was one of the original 13 colonies?
Oh, man. True?
He says, and that is correct, sir. Yes, it was. That's all right. All right. Yeah, even Jake was like, are you sure about... All right, so you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. You came from the New World. You brought yourself to New York. Immigrants entered the United States from 1892 until 1954 onto this island. What was the name of that island where they made their way to New York? Immigrants.
That was Ellis Island.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's degree. We'll see if you get a PhD on this very question. How many in the Bush family have campaigned for the presidency?
So I think 2 Georges and 1 Jeb, right? 3?
2 Georges and a Jeb is correct. Sounds like what Jake orders every Friday at the bar. All right, congratulations. You got yourself a PhD today on Drew's College, Adam. You are a very smart individual. It's possible you may be the smartest individual in your car. Are you alone?
I am alone.
You are the smartest person in your car there, Adam, and that is impressive. That's an impressive feat. All right. Well, listen.
Thank you very much.
Back at you. You drive safe. Have a great day. We appreciate Adam calling. All right. Coming up, don't forget we have a huge event that we would love for you to be a part of. It's going to be big, bringing two fantastic people here to Southwest Florida. Those details coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, everyone. This is Trish Regan. Join me and my good friend Seb Gorka for an evening discussion about the most important things that matter right now: freedom, truth, and liberty, all of which it seems the Biden administration doesn't really care about. We want to see you at this VIP dinner event that takes place Friday, June 18th at the Hilton Naples. Seb and I are going to wrap up the night answering all of your questions. Tickets are selling out fast, so please visit freedomtruthandliberty.com. freedomtruthandliberty.com for more information and to purchase your tickets today.
Being the most experienced, Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida has conducted many FDA studies since 1971, including the first to perform laser cataract surgery, multifocal lens for cataracts, HD lens for distance clarity and accuracy, genetic screening for macular degeneration, the studies for implantable contact lenses, and dozens more. A world of better vision is right here in Southwest Florida. Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida, clearly the right choice.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Some Republicans want it. Former President Trump and party leaders in Congress do not. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. A vote's expected today on setting up a congressional commission to investigate the storming of the Capitol January 6th. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy tells Fox,
"This is driven solely by politics and Nancy Pelosi."
House Speaker Pelosi calls it cowardice to not want to find the truth of what happened. Top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer.
Republicans can let their constituents know. Are they on the side of truth? Or do they want to cover up for the insurrectionists and for Donald Trump?
The bill to create a January 6th commission comes out of a compromise between the top Democrat and Republican on the House Homeland Security Committee. Former President Trump has urged Republicans to vote against the commission unless it also looks into political violence from the left. He calls it a trap set by Democrats. The Trump Organization is now under criminal investigation by the New York State Attorney General's office, joining prosecutors in Manhattan. The state was already building a civil case focused on whether the company misstated the value of assets for loan and tax purposes. At least 5 storm-related deaths are reported in southern Louisiana since Monday, and more rains in the forecast.
Heavy rains drenched the region, flooding homes, swamping cars, and closing a major interstate. The brunt of the storm was once again taken by Lake Charles, in a coastal zone still recovering from back-to-back hurricanes last fall and a deep freeze in February. The National Weather Service says South Lake Charles got 12 to 15 inches of rain in just 12 hours. Firefighters in Baton Rouge responded to more than 300 calls of people either trapped in their cars or homes as floodwaters rose overnight. The severe weather forced the closure of I-10 in the city. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
An 11-year-old girl in West Pensacola, Florida, fights off a man at her bus stop. He was arrested 8 hours later and charged with attempted kidnapping and aggravated assault with a knife. The sheriff says he'd approached the same girl 2 weeks ago and that he has a criminal history, including child sex abuse charges. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
In Fort Myers because of a crash we're watching near the Colonial Boulevard exit. That's a rollover in the median, but it's causing delays both northbound and southbound right now. The southbound slowdowns start all the way near Luckett Road and head all the way down to Colonial and just past that exit right now for a good 6 or so miles. So southbound detour is going to be Ortiz Avenue. You could take that from Palm Beach Boulevard down through Colonial, and then Ortiz turns into 6 Mile Cypress to get you down to Daniels Parkway. If you have to head farther south of there, east of 75, you can also take Treeline Avenue. That'll take you down from Colonial to Daniels Parkway, and then it'll continue farther south to Ben Hill Griffin Parkway, but avoid 75 in that general area right now as crews work to get that cleared up because a lot of backups nearby. Also keeping an eye on a crash right between Lehigh and Gateway. That's at State Road 82 and Griffin Drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. You'll notice it's a little more humid as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures into the 70s. We'll warm to near 91 degrees this afternoon and bringing in a few showers and thunderstorms even by the second half of the afternoon. Those will generally be moving from the east toward the west, nearing I-75, closer to the 3 o'clock hour. Otherwise, the wind still stays up today, if not higher than yesterday. Sustained wind into the 20s, gusts into the 30s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
It's not the Republican Party versus the Democrat Party.
Talking about what matters.
It's the Republican Party versus an organized crime syndicate.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency or storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
When it comes to weather forecasting here in Southwest Florida, accuracy matters.
Meteorologist Matt Devitt told you when this storm would hit.
Reliability matters.
Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt is tracking this powerful storm.
Experience matters.
Just had a huge surge come in from the Atlantic.
Trust Matt Devitt.
Bring that umbrella. Look at all the rain.
Wink News Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt. Weeknights on Wink News, the Weather Authority.
Next, Rachel.
If cookies are going to be good for you, I feel like this is a good way to go.
Eat your veggies in a cookie?
I might or might not have sampled more than one.
Daphne Oz is tricking out a kid favorite.
Oh, yes!
Then, a soup that tastes like ranch dressing?
How healthy and delicious.
Plus, no snoozing on this Q and Ray and Jay.
He has 3 things lined up by the bed.
Really, we're going to go there?
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. You know the real estate market's really hot right now, but for how long? Well, nobody really knows. I mean, if people don't catch up on their mortgage payments because of COVID, the market's going to get flooded with foreclosure inventory, and that's scary because your home's value could plummet. So if you thought about selling your home for a premium price, now's the time to do it. But you don't want to make any costly mistakes. That's why you need to get with Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. See, he's been buying, selling, brokering, and investing in real estate for over 20 years. Mistakes in real estate can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Anthony wrote a book on how to sell homes, your home, and for the most money. And he wants to ship it to you for free. Just go to GomesMovesHomes.com and tell him where you want to send it. Inside, you'll gain 20 years of secrets from wealthy home sellers on how you can sell for a premium price without doing repairs, letting strangers go through your home, and you could pick the closing date. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. Again, GomesMovesHomes.com.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income in just 5 payments? You heard that right. In just 5 payments, you could set up a 6-figure retirement cash flow for as long as you live. I'm best-selling author Brett Kitchen with Wealth Beyond Wall Street. And right now, there's a retirement crisis in America because the pension system of old has been raided and destroyed, and Social Security is already running out of money. But most Americans are shocked to find out they would need to save over $2.5 million to have a $100,000 income in retirement. A new approach is required to solve this crisis. That's why this revolutionary new 5-payment retirement program was released, allowing everyday Americans to use bank money to create a retirement cash flow without relying on Social Security or pensions. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it accelerates the amount they will have at retirement or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 years old and want to build a bigger, better retirement in just 5 payments, call 800-346-9797 now to see if you qualify. Plus, as a free bonus, you'll get the 6-figure retirement acceleration guide and video. Call 800-346-9797. That's 1-800-346-9797. 1-800-346-9797.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Look at you. You look great. You really, I love what you're doing. Everything. The whole look that you got going on is fantastic. If you're wondering who I'm talking to you. DrewSteele.com. That's the website. You can see me. I can see you. Wouldn't that be creepy? No, it's not. It's not like that at all. I don't know. No, really not creepy. I mean, why not? We could do that. We should just make it a big 3-hour-long Zoom call. We can do that. Look at Jake. Jake's like, no. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, like I said, at DrewSteele.com. Facebook, at Drew Steele Radio as well. If you want to watch, cancel culture, is that going to lead to straight white men not being allowed to talk or go outside? Joe Rogan said it, the podcast giant, and oh, man, people are just upset with him. It's funny because he said that, and Twitter responded. How do you think Twitter responded? Twitter responded by proving his point, because that's what happens. So we'll get to that and maybe some other examples of how that's working out. The woke crowd, the Church of Woke, the Wokenistas, the Wokesheviks, whatever you want to call them. So we're going to get to all of that and how there is a way for you to stop it. There are things that you can do. Okay, what else is happening? Hey, I have to mention this once again. It's exciting. We're really excited about this. Bringing people here to Southwest Florida with the purpose. Remember, there's a why here, because we need to get together, all of us physically get together and hear from and talk about the issues that are going on in our country today and ways to battle back. We have to know how to identify it, see all the things that are happening. And the way to do that is to bring people here to Southwest Florida as we are doing, and we're so excited to do it. Like the Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum event that I would encourage you to be a part of. It's going to be a great night with Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan. They'll both be at the Hilton Naples on Friday, June 18th at 5 p.m., so I hope you'll be a part of this. And you can get your tickets now. Go to 925foxnews.com. They are there. Again, it's a dinner. We've got a VIP reception as well. There's a Q&A, so if you ever had a question to ask Dr. Sebastian Gorka, or maybe Trish Regan about some of the financial issues that are going on, you most certainly can do that. It's going to be an exciting night. We're looking forward to it. But as you can imagine, tickets are going fast, so don't wait. Get your tickets now. You go to 925foxnews.com. You can go there. You can also go to the text line. Text the word Liberty to 239-479-5592, and you'll get the link right on your phone to get those tickets. Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum, Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan at the Hilton Naples on Friday, June 18th. And we look forward to seeing you there. And that's a big part of even what we're getting ready to talk about, which is, some of the woke that is happening in this country, some of the things that we are seeing, whether it's the U.S. military that has gone woke, that we heard about, and the intersectional things that are happening with individuals who they, them, us, he, she, it. I don't know how people identify the proper pronouns. I'm not sure. We just want to be right and PC. No, we don't necessarily. But we see that there are things happening there, how people have been canceled. We talked about the story yesterday about the person who wrote about the concerns of neo-Marxism that is infiltrating the military, and he was part of the military himself and the Space Force, and relieved from his duty because of his thoughts on neo-Marxism creeping into the military. Interesting how that works. Not allowed to speak, not allowed to say those things. Joe Rogan is asking those questions. Are we allowed to speak about some of those things that are happening, the cancel culture? And is he right about this? Joe Rogan, the podcaster, warning about what the logical conclusion of this cancel culture woke is. And he is saying, what does he say? Here's a little clip of it.
Keeps going. It keeps going further and further and further down the line. And if you get to the point where you capitulate, where you agree to all these demands, it will eventually get to straight white men are not allowed to talk.
Right.
Because it's your privilege to express yourself when other people of color have been silenced throughout history. It will be, you're not allowed to go outside. because so many people were imprisoned for so many years. I mean, I'm not joking.
No, I know.
It really will get there. It's that crazy.
It's that crazy. That is his opinion, and he's been talking about this on his program, and I wonder what you think about that. 239-479-5592. I mean, are we hearing examples about how the woke is going after individuals? I don't know, in academia. You never hear about that.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, this just in. Yes, you do. Here's an example. I don't know how you do this. A St. John's professor fired for reading a racial slur from a Mark Twain book. Did you hear about this? So Hannah Berliner Fischthal is her name. She is the daughter of Holocaust survivors. Bringing that up for an interesting reason. In a twist worthy of Mark Twain himself, a St. John's University professor fired for reading a passage. It contained the N-word from Twain's anti-slavery novel, Pudd'nhead Wilson, in her literature of satire class. It's a literature of satire class. She's trying to explain to students the context of the word. She read the word out loud during this Zoom class in February, remote class, because she was trying to explain that this is the language that would have been used at the time. Twain was one of the first American writers to use actual dialect. His use of the N-word is used only in dialogues as it could have actually been spoken in the South before the Civil War when this story took place. And again, it's an anti-slavery novel. So that's why he used it, because it was in context of the dialect that would have been used at the time. Now, the day after the class, she gets an email. There's a student abruptly left the class, didn't want to hear that inappropriate slur. But again, the reason why it was read was because it was in the literature and it was warned ahead of time. They left. She apologizes to the student. That's not going to work. She's canceled. She's gone. And who even knows what's going to happen to her in the future because of this? And I think there's a really important point that has to be brought up in this discussion. Joe Rogan was saying, look, ultimately, you've got to push back against this. You can't capitulate. You can't be these woke companies like American Airlines, right, and Coca-Cola. What were the companies that were being described by this conservative group that is coming together called Consumer Research, that was talking about these companies and these woke companies that have to be stopped from doing the things that they're doing? Maybe it's because they're trying to hide some of the bad that's going on with them behind the scenes.
They're going to criticize American Airlines CEO Doug Parker for high pay at a time of layoffs and taxpayer bailouts. They're going to target Coca-Cola CEO James Quincy over obesity in America. They're going to criticize Nike CEO John Donahoe over allegations of forced labor in China. Yesterday, I talked to the leader of this group, and I asked him what message he's trying to get across here. Here's what he had to say.
Increasingly, they're taking positions on legislation that has nothing to do with their business. And this is at the same time that the quality of their products and services is going down. They've taken their eye off the ball.
Yeah, that's a report from CNBC about this. And like he's saying, you don't capitulate. And too many people have. And somehow, some way, we as a society have made the decision. And even, I don't want to say some of you because I know you push back, but maybe sometimes you don't. Because somehow we are told that the few with the loudest voice and the media, they're the ones that get to decide what the culture is, and you don't. This is the way it is. You don't have a chance to speak about this. This teacher being canceled like this because she's trying to read from something that was published in 1894. It was one of Twain's lesser-known novels, focusing on the absurdity and tragedy of racism and slavery. And here's the thing. If you're a college student and you're listening to the sound of my voice and you're not picking up on this, I'm not sure if college is your thing. Is that rude to say? Am I being harsh? Are you following my lead? Listen to what I'm saying. Both of you, listen to me. If you're a college student, you probably know a lot of people that are in college, right? You got some friends in college. If you can't pick up, if you don't have enough common sense to understand that there's a teacher that's getting ready to read out of a novel and use the words that are in the novel from the 1800s that were the dialect at the time that was being used, and it was Mark Twain that's writing about this, about the absurdity and tragedy of racism and slavery. And you can't pick up that what this teacher is about to do is say a word to you that may be offensive to you, but it was the vernacular at the time, it was the dialect at the time, and that's what it was in context of the book. Not the person reading it, but the context of the book. If you can't figure that out and have enough common sense in college to understand that that's where it's coming from, and you're still offended, I'm just suggesting that maybe college isn't your thing. Maybe it's barista. And that's not even nice, because that's not being fair to barista. I'm not saying that a barista is a bad thing. Maybe
barista's cool.
Yeah, barista's cool. I'm just saying maybe the 4-year college degree is not your thing. Maybe you need to sit this one out. Because seriously, you don't have enough common sense to pick that up. I worry about your decision-making coming up in the future if you're in college and what you're learning and what your degree is going to be in, and then what company you're going to lead with that kind of thinking, but you can't even have enough common sense to pick up on that. Oh, I know what it would be. You'd be leading a company that would probably be part of the Church of Woke that would be destroying lives and not only allowing certain people from speaking. Does that make sense? I don't know. John's got a whole different take on this in Naples. Is that right?
Yes, sir, and love the show. But I'm really quite upset that we're not forcing the left and the wokies to live their own stupidity, the reality of their own stupidity. For instance, if they say that 16-year-olds should be able to vote, or 14-year-olds should be able to vote, hoping that they'll be Democratic liberal voters, why don't we have the argument that 14 and 16-year-olds should be able to run for Congress and Senate? And then, of course, everybody would have to have that argument, and at least we could bring it out into the open where the lefties would have to explain why that is ludicrous, that a 14-year-old should be able to hold a seat in Congress and make laws for the United States. And also, as far as this N-word, why don't we jump all over the rappers that create this music, popular music, rap crap that has the N-word in it?
Well, I gotta. Well, I'll tell you this, John. I'm not even interested in going there, only because you do you. You do what you want to do. You do it, whatever. Like I've never been, I have no use for, I'm not interested in using the N-word, but you see what I'm saying about the issue of reading it from a book that is part of what we're talking about in the 1800s, and to be able to look at this and say, I can compartmentalize this and say, okay, this is the context. This is why this word is being used. You don't even have enough stinking common sense to even go there. That shows you how ridiculous it is, and that's the dangers of where we are, which is, even in context, you can't use words or language, understanding that it's being explained. You're learning about it. You're in a class of literature. It's a literature class of satire, and you can't figure this out.
Agreed.
Yeah,
agreed. It's ludicrous. But my point was just simply, if they won't let us use that in reading into a college class, then why do we allow it in the music?
Yeah, well, I think here's the thing, and thanks for the call, John. I appreciate it. Where you're saying, why don't they allow? I got to tell you, I don't allow anything. I don't allow anybody to dictate in my life and my world, and I know you don't either. I'm looking at Jake. He's shaking his head already, and he knows where I'm going. Just don't do it. Just don't let a culture that you disagree with tell you that this is just the way it is, pal. Get over it. No, it's not. I do not stand in defeat to your culture demands. Just not doing it. Maybe I don't know. Paul's in Collier. Maybe I'm standing. Paul, you going to stand side by side with me, or are you across the street? Where are you?
No, I'm going to stand side by side with you. I think the problem is we got people that have done nothing in their lives. They get on the woke bandwagon, and for the first time in their lives, they got power. They have the authority. They think they're doing something good. Many years ago, Rush Limbaugh explained on his show how people that have no power or authority, they get on the environmental bandwagon. They feel like they're doing something. Yeah. Oh, maybe this woke culture, the power goes to their head. And we as a society don't look at them and say, sit down, shut up, you're an idiot. And, what are we going to start doing now? Start burning books?
Well,
and by the way, the last caller,
that
was an excellent point about music. He really opened my eyes.
Yeah, I mean,
that was a good one.
Yeah, well, listen, and thanks for the call, Paul. I appreciate it there in Collier. Maybe I'll cross the street from Paul on this issue. I have no interest in telling people to sit down and shut up. I don't have a problem with the other side of my values, the things that I believe politically. I have no problem with somebody telling me what they think if I disagree with them. I just don't like that they're telling us that we have no voice and that what they say goes. And then ultimately there are those that have come through, whether it's Obama kids or whether it's through the school districts that you need to get your kids out of, or whether it's the colleges that you need to not have your children go to, but pick carefully the colleges that they do, whether it's supplementing your kids' education at home to make sure that when they're taught about some of these things that are absolutely ridiculous, that you're there to say, no, that's not how it is. That to have that other side telling us that it's just the way it is, and then you agreeing with that or just screaming but not doing anything at the end of the day, the yelling and the talking back is not enough. You've got to put words into deeds. And some of them are not comfortable. Right? Some of them, people don't want to do it. I like my cola product. All right, well, there's a lot of choices. Yeah, but I like the one that I have. I don't know. Can that be the one maybe that you change? I mean, are there things that you could do? I don't like boycotts. Okay. But certainly calling them out, pointing to these issues so that you know that this is happening, because ultimately you're next. That's the problem. Doesn't end with them. It ends with you. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, top 5 audio clips of the day and more. Coming up next on Daybreak, it's us, it's True Steel, it's Jake the Millennial, and you, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News.
Right, all along. At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra-low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to weather forecasting here in Southwest Florida, accuracy matters.
Meteorologist Matt Devitt told you when this storm would hit.
Reliability matters.
Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt is tracking this powerful storm.
Experience matters.
Just had a huge surge come in from the Atlantic.
Trust Matt Devitt.
Bring that umbrella. Look at all the rain.
Wink News Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt. Weeknights on Wink News, the Weather Authority.
Next, Rachel.
And cookies are going to be good for you. I feel like this is a good way to go.
Eat your veggies. In a cookie?
I might or might not have sampled more than one.
Daphne Oz is tricking out a kid favorite.
Oh,
Then, a soup that tastes like ranch dressing?
How healthy and delicious.
Plus, no snoozing on this Q and Ray and Jay.
He has 3 things lined up by the bed.
Really, we're gonna go there? Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
She's been shopping for months to make sure that when she walks, people are always looking at her feet. Italian, classic, modern, she had to find the perfect look. And when her friends come and visit, their gaze always goes down to admire her floors.
Get your floors noticed. GC Flooring Boutique for indoor and outdoor living. View GC Flooring's extensive stone, mosaic, vinyl, wood, and tile. Your Legno Bastone Gallery on JNC Boulevard. GCFlooringofNaples.com.
License number CCC 1332557.
You have hundreds of roofers to choose from, but at Crown Roofing, we think we're the only choice in Charlotte, Lee, and Collier counties. Crown Roofing, the highest quality roofs with competitive pricing. Looking to re-roof, repair, or get roof maintenance on your home? Count on Crown for superior craftsmanship and peace of mind. Florida's most trusted roofer, and satisfaction is our goal. Get Crown on it today. Call 855-CROWN55 or online at crownroofing.com.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Major backups on I-75, both northbound and southbound through Fort Myers because of a crash we're watching right near Colonial Boulevard. There's delays southbound coming down from Palm Beach Boulevard and northbound coming from Daniels Parkway. So take Ortiz Avenue, Treeline Avenue, 6 Mile Cypress in either direction as detours to get around it. We also have another crash on 75 southbound at mile marker 120 just south of Corkscrew Road. So avoid that area because southbound delays are building all the way from the Corkscrew Road ramp down through that crash scene. It's off to the right-hand shoulder, though, right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. You'll notice it's a little more humid as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures into the 70s. We'll warm to near 91 degrees this afternoon and bringing in a few showers and thunderstorms even by the second half of the afternoon. Those will generally be moving from the east toward the west, nearing I-75, closer to the 3 o'clock hour. Otherwise, the wind still stays up today, if not higher than yesterday. Sustained wind into the 20s, gusts into the 30s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomato's Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your retirement? Just add water. Shell Point Retirement Community is located in Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River, just minutes from the Gulf of Mexico and Sanibel Island. Enjoy a vibrant waterfront lifestyle with miles of walking and bike trails. For boaters, there's a private marina with free boat docks to keep your boat right at home. Or join your friends on the community boat for cruises to local restaurants and beaches. Shell Point is comprised of 7 neighborhoods with scenic water views. Life slows down on the water as residents enjoy kayaking through hundreds of acres of secluded bird-filled waterways. To learn more about waterfront living at Shell Point, schedule a private appointment or attend one of our weekly group seminars, which include a tour of the community. Call 239-466-1131 or go online to shellpoint.org. Enjoy waterfront living today. It's all here at Shell Point.
Nya nya nya. Ba. Ba. Babue. Zimbabwe. The broken Bunsen burner burns so bright. South.
Jamie.
Southeast Asian Peninsula.
Hey, Jamie?
Yes?
I think the only line we need from you today is drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Cool. I just gotta finish my warm-ups. Foul, foul, throw in the towel. History.
Switch to Progressive today.
Santa ski slalom in a salmon skin suit.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I'm looking at some of these headlines before we get to the top 5 audio clips. Arizona election auditors say deleted database recovered and ballot chain of custody is still missing. They're saying in Arizona that some of the auditing that they were doing, where they were looking at trying to match up numbers and some database issues were just not happening. It was weird. They were getting a refusal to share routers and passwords that were connected to the internet. There's another story out this morning that says voting machines across Pennsylvania County are not accepting Republican ballots in local races. Weird. That's weird. Don't talk about election stuff. Do not talk about election stuff as if there's any problems with that going on. Don't talk about elections in the past that there may have been some problems. Because then you're acting really bad. Then you're acting just like you're like a baby. Baby, stop it. It's over. Everything's done. Everything's fine. Machines work great. Things attached to internets are safe. You never hear about hacking or cyber. I can't even do it straight. Maybe or maybe not. We'll get to those stories. Hey, before we get to the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35, a reminder. Yes, we are bringing into town to Southwest Florida Dr. Sebastian Gorka and Trish Regan. We are excited about this event, the Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum. You got the VIP dinner. You got a Q&A going on as well. You want to ask Dr. Sebastian Gorka questions or Trish Regan? You can do that. The Hilton Naples, Friday, June 18th. Get your tickets now. Don't wait. You know they're going to sell fast. You know what happened the last event we did and how quickly they sold out. So make sure, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, Trish Regan, get your tickets today. The Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum that is happening at the Hilton Naples on Friday, June 18th. And we look forward to seeing you there. Go to 925foxnews.com, the website, to get your tickets. Or you could even text the word Liberty to 239-479-5592, and it'll pop up on your phone. You can get those tickets right there. Here we go. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
It keeps going. It keeps going further and further and further down the line. And if you get to the point where you capitulate, where you agree to all these demands, it'll eventually get to straight white men are not allowed to talk.
Right.
Because it's your privilege to express yourself when other people of color have been silenced throughout history. It will be, you're not allowed to go outside because so many people were imprisoned for so many years. I mean, I'm not joking.
No, I know.
It really will get there. It's that crazy.
It's that crazy. According to podcaster Joe Rogan, who is saying, hey, listen, it's getting out of control. You can never be woke enough. That's the problem. And eventually, even straight white men are not going to be able to talk. To which time Twitter took to it and said, you're just a big jerk. How dare you say something? Pretty much the mob proving his point in a lot of ways. But that's something that's got to be talked about, right? We can talk about these things, right? Right?
Number 4.
But again, it's not about science or consensus. It's about dividing lines, legislating to the far right white fright vote, flooding the zone with 536 bills that abridge a woman's right to control her own body in 46 states. It's just like voting rights in one way. You see? It seems like the far right only cares about protecting humans before they are born.
There's Fredo Cuomo on CNN. Remember, he's the brother that doesn't kill people in nursing homes, sending them back COVID positive. Yeah, not that brother. The CNN one that's on there, Fredo Cuomo, he's worried. It's a be on the lookout. This is really bad. The Supreme Court dares to take up a case, a Mississippi case, that could, it's going to review an abortion ban. That may bring Roe v. Wade to the court finally, once and for all. Maybe we're going to find out what the court thinks about this. And, he doesn't like it. Fredo Cuomo is very upset. And as a matter of fact, it's like being all about racism and Jim Crow because, it's about dividing lines, legislating to the far right white fringe vote, like voting rights in one way. You see what I'm doing here? I'm making it almost flipping it around. And That's right. We can't have this conversation because this is settled. It's done. Is it really settled? If it's settled, then doesn't it make sense to have the Supreme Court talk about this so that we can hear what they think and then maybe have this settled once again to push back against those that might have a difference of opinion? Or are you afraid of it going to the court because you're afraid that if it's challenged, it might be something that would have to go to the states and be overturned the way it is now, in which case you don't like that. Yeah, you don't get to decide. Sorry.
Number 3. Mr. Speaker, I rise in opposition to the commission to study the events of January 6th, as well as spending $2 billion in security supplemental. The question that comes to mind is this. What about all the riots that happened during the summer of 2020 after the death of George Floyd? What about all the damage caused to federal buildings, churches, people's businesses, and innocent people that were killed, like David Dorn?
No. You're not allowed to talk about that stuff. That's Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, as she's known, asking, why is it that on January 6th, the protesters are being held in solitary? Why is it that Democrats want to establish this national commission to investigate the January 6th attacks on the U.S. Capitol? But yet nobody wants to talk anything about Antifa and Black Lives Matter and the riots that went on in 2020 and against federal buildings. And we saw and witnessed that and the damage that was done. Why do we have a double standard here? Anyone?
Number 2.
Again, I would say that we are not following the same tactics of the prior administration. The president has reinstated humanitarian assistance and security assistance to the Palestinians. That's something that was stopped back in 2018, and we felt was not a constructive action by the prior administration. Aside from putting forward a peace proposal that was dead on arrival, we don't think they did anything constructive, really, to bring an end to the long-standing conflict in the Middle East.
Yeah, they didn't do anything the last administration. They did nothing to do anything to help the long-standing struggle in the Middle East, except for some of those, the Abraham Accords and some peace deals. But no, we don't agree with those. Oh, we got a completely different tactic here. And you see how well that is Jen Psaki there in Detroit, Michigan, letting reporters know that, oh, no, we got a different tactic. We take a different line of thinking here in this administration when it comes to the Middle East. Hey, how's that working out for you? Anyone?
Number 1.
Okay, I'm just going to step on it. I'll come off at 80 miles an hour. You'll see what it is, okay? You ready?
Mr. President, can I ask you a quick question on Israel before you drive away?
No, you can't. Not unless you get in front of the car as I step on it. I'm only teasing.
I'm just teasing. Nothing to see here, everybody. Just a close to 80-year-old president of the United States that barely knows what time the pancake breakfast is this morning, letting everybody know that he's behind the wheel of an F-150 electric vehicle, and he's getting ready to take off at 80 miles an hour. And when somebody says, can I ask you a question about Israel? He says, only unless you stand in front of the truck while I hit the gas or the pedal or the thingy that makes this thingy move. I don't know what it's called. I'm used to an Etzel.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if Donald Trump were to say something like that, there'd be chaos. But no, they're laughing. They're having a great time with that. They think it's hysterical. And as a matter of fact, as he says that, it's like, move back. I'm getting ready to make this thingy move.
See it, sir.
Okay, sir.
Ready?
Ready. Here we go. There he is behind the wheel. Joe Biden can drive. Joe Biden can drive. This is exciting. Oh, the press is just, I'll tell you what, they ask the tough questions. Joe Biden, that is fantastic. There in Detroit, Michigan, driving the new F-150, what's it called? Electrified, super electrified. It's got a name. I forgot what it's called. Do we know what it's called? Doesn't it have a name? It's called the F-1.
The Lightning.
That's it, the F-150 Lightning. That's right. My first reaction is, nobody has a problem with Joe Biden being behind the wheel of an electric vehicle saying he's going to floor it at 80 miles an hour. I don't care if it's a test track. I don't care if it's on the moon. Does he need to be behind the wheel of an electric vehicle that goes that fast, that takes off that quickly? I mean, he did it. And last I checked, everybody's safe. But yeah, that's the first thing. I mean, we don't want to encourage him, to get out and drive too much. The second thing might be, Do we care about some of the other things that he's talked about? Like some of the lies. Did you hear some of the fun? There were plenty of gaffes. The gaffes are getting kind of old. No, they're not. They're always fun. It's always good to keep up because we want to make sure we continue to talk about the gaffes, just in case, people like Putin or Xi and, China and Russia, in case they're wondering how the president's doing. It's good to keep them up on how he's feeling these days. Yeah. Okay, so yesterday, he had a couple of things to say about his coal mining family. It's your morning cup of joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of joe.
Not a joke. My dad used to say, Joey, and I swear to God, when he left Scranton when coal died, my dad was he was a salesperson. He wasn't a coal miner. My great-grandpa was. But.
Okay. First of all, can you not swear to God? I'm just asking that question. The second thing is, it was his grandpop, right? It wasn't his father, it was his grandpop, coal miners.
Coal miner, my great-grandpa was.
Yeah, his great-grandpop was. Except the way back interwebs, Al Gore's famous interwebs goes back in time to that beautiful time in 2004, where you didn't have any dealing with cell phones, where you didn't have to worry about anything that had to do with wokeness or wokeified or anything like that. Back a long, long ways to 2004, when Joe Biden said on Comedy Central.
Hey, look, everybody tells you just, don't take any chances, because the truth of the matter is I've gotten myself in trouble. And hell, I might be president now if it weren't for the fact I said I had an uncle who was a coal miner. It turned out I didn't have anybody in the coal mines, you know what I mean?
Really?
I tried that crap, it didn't work,
Yay for Joe Biden being a lying politician. Good for him.
But I actually thought it. You believed it? I actually believed it. I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I figured there had to be a coal miner somewhere in the family.
Nothing, huh?
Nothing. Coal, it was an engineer. I mean, the guy, we were Irish, and the Irish, I thought the Welsh and the English owned the deal. And we must have been
stab in the dark.
You thought it was coming up. Dark, and I found out he graduated from Lehigh. I mean, what can I say?
Come on, what's the big deal? You tried to lie. You tried to let everybody think that you got a coal mining family there, and then you lied and you got caught. And stuff happens. When you're president and you lie about all kinds of stuff, stuff happens. I mean, it's not like any kind of global issues that are going on, or international diplomacy or geopolitical. Hey, it's a lie between friends. What's the big deal? Marjorie Taylor Greene, what's the big deal? Come on. Why are you stepping up to the House of Representatives and talking about Antifa and BLM walking free while the January 6th protesters are still being held in solitary? I mean, how could you even make that comparison? Why are you doing this? Why are you even bringing this up? Well, again, for those that missed it this week, we talked about it quickly, about January 6th and how the Democrats are establishing this commission to investigate why, because they have the plan, because the plan has been in place. And they know how to do this. They set up a commission, quote unquote, and the commission gets all kinds of abilities to do all kinds of things, like issue subpoenas requiring the attendance and testimony of witnesses and the production of evidence relating to this commission. And all they have to do is get agreement on this commission to have people show up, and then they investigate, and then they look into evidence relating to this, and then they keep this alive, and they can do this right through the 2022 election. And, there may be some people, even some governors in some states, that might get swept up into this because of the affiliation with Donald Trump, former president of the United States, and they may be attached in some way. We might be able to connect imaginary dots to bring them down to this person so we can stop them from speaking or running for office. You see how this works? That's why it's a problem. Because the commission has power. Because Democrats right now have power. And this is what they're trying to do. And that's why there are people that are speaking out against it. Well, what are we going to do? It's going to happen because it's Democrats. So what do we do to fight back? Well, we let you know that it's happening. We let you know you can identify it. When you see it happening, you'll know the game is on. And then you have to tell your friends and people that you know that this is the game. And we're not falling for it. You can do it. All right. Anything else? 239-479-5592. I would say it was the perfect day. It was a great day because we didn't talk about aliens, but guess what? We talked about aliens, and anytime. Oh, okay, all right. Anytime we is that going to be the new thing? Anytime that comes up now, it has to be part of.
Or if Ian's mentioned.
Yeah. By the way, Ian Hicken, the producer of Trey's fantastic show. If you're not listening or watching, you're making a big mistake. He's got a great show in the evening time, and Ian Hicken is the local UFO guy. And he's got now a giant folder in the studio with UFO stuff. It's alien things in it. All right, I get it. Whatever. So, it was almost a good day. Aliens don't exist. Okay, one thing that does exist is the Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum. Buy your tickets now. Sebastian Gorka, Trish Regan, right here in Southwest Florida at the Hilton Naples, Friday, June 18th. We hope you'll buy your tickets. It's going to be a great event, dinner, VIP reception, a Q&A. It's going to be awesome. So hopefully you'll get your tickets now. Be a part of this, the Freedom, Truth, and Liberty Forum, Friday, June 18th at the Hilton Naples. Get your tickets before they are sold out. They're going fast. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5. Oh, just go to 925foxnews.com. Go to the website. You can get your tickets there. Or you can text the word Liberty to 239-479-5592. And it'll pop up on your phone. All right, the remainder of the forecast with Wink News meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. It's a little bit more muggy when you head out the door this morning with temps in the 70s.